Happy 2022, everybody. It is the Culture Cast, and we are still here. Still here. We made it to 2022. And of course, it wouldn't be the Culture Cast if somebody wasn't late. So, roll call. Bruno is still on holidays, so he won't be back until next week, maybe. I'm not 100% sure on that. But Tubbs is on his way. And what I've heard is Tubbs saw Spider-Man not too long ago today, and he is a big blubbering mess after it. So we will be covering Spider-Man No Way Home tonight. There will be full spoilers, so if you haven't seen it, maybe duck out of the chat for that section. We will be talking about other shows, including Cobra Kai, The Witcher, Ghostbusters, the movie I saw it as well the other day, The Matrix, and that whole thing, what that was. And of course, we'll be doing some DCU, talking about Doctor Strange trailer and the ramifications of all of that. So, there's that long-winded intro over with. And yeah, thanks for arriving here, guys. Connor, happy new year to everyone indeed. So obviously we're here on a Monday, so we may not get the same people and stuff here, but look, we will fire on with what we have. I am looking for words. I did actually push it back to Monday because I heard Tubbs was going to see Spider-Man today. So I think it would have been harder to do a show last night without being able to talk to Spider-Man. Talk about Spider-Man, if that makes sense. Because it is the big thing of the last couple of weeks. And I, like, ever since I've seen it, I've wanted to talk about it. And just a pity that we didn't have the Culture Cast. Well, we did, but we couldn't really talk about it because not everyone had seen it, and that wouldn't have been fair. But we're going to talk about Spider-Man soon. But what I'm going to do, and I'm going to start into this because I do have quite a lot. I'm going to go through some show and tell from the holidays, and there is a lot. Let me just get this little thingy up. So yeah, show and tell, guys. James, welcome to the show, my friend. Hi, Brian and Connor. Welcome, James. Mick, welcome to the show. Glad you made it on a Monday. Hopefully the Vikings aren't letting you down too badly today. Meow said the chicken death by cats. Can we do cats this year, maybe? I don't know. Cats are horrible creatures anyway, but less of that. So, this is... So, show and tell. I want you guys to tell me how you're hearing me today, because my first show and tell is a brand new microphone. So yeah, I'm going to get the whole arm and the whole proper job for it during the week. So moving up in the world, at least technologically wise anyway. But so let's get on with the reveals for show and tell. Connor says, hi James and Mick. Mick, hi Connor. Everybody say hello. So I'll start with this one. This is Loki. The classic Loki. I got him in Smith's the other day. I hadn't planned on buying him, but my brother, the good old soul he is, he gave me a voucher for Smith's. So when I saw Loki on the shelf, I picked him up. And he is quite nice. He does have that new angry head sculpt, and it looks quite nice. And Jonathan, I see, is in the chat as well. How are you, Jonathan? I'm going to start my lighting there. It's a bit bright. But yeah, there is Loki, and he's really glum. He's definitely a Monday Loki. So that's one. And Jonathan, good evening, Brian, Connor, and Mick. Mick, no, they got destroyed by our rival, the Packers. So our season is over. American sports. Shame on you, Mick. You could have at least started watching ice hockey. Hey, Jonathan Redmond. So some of you will have already seen these. I did a review. I'm not going to put all of them up because some of them are already on the shelf. But I did get the Spider-Man Retro Series. Symbiote Spider-Man is one of the best of the lot. There's him. There is Mark 1 Armor Spider-Man. Really, really nice. Pretty cool. Jono, my boy. All good here, Brian. Sports team. I know I can't say much. I follow an English sports team, and so does Connor. And I did up from also the retro series. I got these two, Vision and Wanda. God, I'm terrible putting these up to the camera. I do love her face. It's absolutely fantastic. And he is really, really nice as well. And to complete the legends, this one, absolutely brilliant Loki. Female Loki from Siege, I think it was. She was on the Cabal in that storyline. And I always wanted her. She was only previously released in an A-Force box set in 2017, as far as I know. So yeah, that's cool to get a re-release of her. And yep, things are flying in the fall. So I don't know if many of the guys here follow Dragon Ball Z. This wasn't a Christmas present. This was pre-order that arrived. Tien and Chaozu from Dragon Ball Z, and they are pretty awesome. There he is. He's quite small, but he has lots of articulation. And yeah, he's pretty cool as well. So I'm almost actually finished the collection of those. And these two were a present from my dear old mother. NECA frogs. You just cannot go wrong with these guys. They're absolutely brilliant. And I do plan on getting the other two. Yeah, they're just really, really cool. So yeah, I think that is all I want. Oh wait, today, this guy arrived from Toys-R-Us, Mondo Gecko. Yeah, he's really nice. Looking forward to getting him out of the box and doing the old review stuff on him. Oh, and we have a Tubbs.
Happy New Year, kids.
Here we are. We have a Tubbs. So, Tubbs, I was just doing the old show and tell. So there's my last one, She-Hulk, which
she's on my list.
Also came from Toys-R-Us. But yeah, you can get her in Big Bang Comics as well. It's just I had her.
Oh my God, beer's rotten.
Ordered quite a while. Sleep medication.
That's not real beer. It's non-alcoholic.
Do you tend to let figs breed rather than stay boxed? Yeah, I have them all here. It's very rare I will leave something in a box. I do.
No, he's the complete opposite to me.
I do have a G.I. Joe Cobra Commander that I do leave in box. All right, but I'm definitely an opener. So let's just go look back through these again. Jonathan, yes, the Symbiote Spidey is epic. And that's loaded them just fell. Yes, this is one of the best figures of the wave, I think, for me. To answer James, what do you like best in that Spider-Man wave? I think the Ben Reilly one, because I had a spare Carnage head and I was able to make Spider Carnage out of him. So he's my favorite of the wave so far. I don't actually have him to hand. He's still inside in the sitting room, sitting in my chair. But yeah. Mick, United let me down. So, well, Mick, they always let you down.
It was that cricket, is it?
No, football. John says, my only complaint about those retro figures is considering there's no bath, more accessories should be included, in my honest opinion. Different hands, just not enough. I totally agree. Yeah, but then again, most people bit of cotton mode. Most of those are made for people to display, like, so I can see why they don't put accessories in them as well. But I can see both sides. Connor. Mick, I heard United sacked Mike Dean. That's a referee, Tubbs, a football referee.
Oh, no clue.
Connor says, great looking figure. Just kept on to Anthony Taylor from yesterday. What's that? The first 2022 PS5 controller?
I mean, I wouldn't know because I don't have one, but
Tubbs is just pretending, really. Look, it is a PS5 controller.
Fucking 2022 bitches.
Well, Dart Rock. Hello, everyone. How are you, man?
Dude.
Connor. Okay, fair point. The worst referee, though, is the Man City referee. And let's end the football talk there. And everyone just saying hi. So, Tubbs, I presume you can hear me. You can?
Yeah, very much so. Yeah.
Good. Because I was just
Because you got a new mic, right?
yeah, I did the whole show and tell, new microphone, moving up in the world. But yeah, so are you an excited puppy now? I heard you were.
Well, I have show and tell if you want to see first.
Yes, let's do that.
Yeah, okay. So I got a small few bits and pieces, but I think they're fucking rather cool, right?
I'll put you on
There's one that Brian's gonna fucking love. This is like the first one right out the gate, right? He's gonna love it, right? Because I know how much of a fan he is. But I got this. My nephews and nieces really fucking know me, like. Yeah, look. But the nephews and nieces got me that. I also got Lord of the Rings extended collection.
Very nice.
That's a fucking.
I have it already on Blu-ray. It's lovely.
Yeah, that's gonna fucking be watched out the arses, like. And I have my two big ones, but this one's really fucking awesome.
Spotlights. You can find your brain.
It is literally. I'll take it out of the box quickly and show you. This is fucking badass. It's an actual bat light, like it's an actual bat signal.
That's cool.
It shines like the whole fucking room up and everything, man. Like fucking that's gonna be for some good photography. Like Dev, do you have Batman there? That's
very nice. I like it.
My parents got me that one, so that was pretty fucking sweet, you know. But then we do a Secret Santa in my parents' house for Christmas and stuff, and my dad got me this.
Oh, very nice.
As you know,
Blu-rays.
Oh man, come here, fucking. Like anyone that knows me by now on the show knows I'm a fucking Batman nut, and the Batman the Animated Series is my fucking favorite. This is like fucking packed, man. This is like 109 episodes, 4 fucking motion pictures, documentaries, the whole shebang. It's fucking stacked. Genuinely fucking. I sat down for 2 nights and watched just Batman cartoons. But the last one I have, and Brian has seen pictures of this.
Yeah, I know the whole story behind this.
Yes, because I used to wrestle, yeah. And Brian actually knew about this before I did. Funny enough. And Boogie Bopped normally in the comments, my mate Philip O'Connor, for my birthday.
They're going to laugh at this one, guys.
Guys, I used to wrestle. I used to have this black costume with a white mask and everything. It was my character's name was Ace. If anyone hasn't heard the stories, I think I've talked about it before. But he immortalized me in figure form. That is the fucking coolest thing I've ever fucking seen in my life. Like fucking. Just my entire costume. First, we're calling it Mark 1 because this was my first ever costume. Like this is the first thing I wore without the jacket and everything else. And who was responsible for the costume on this, buddy?
Alan Alford, who made.
Yes, there you go. Well. Fucking top man. Very happy fucking Tubbs. I love the fact that I actually, because it's a running joke with me and Brian. Brian collects figures. I want an entire shelf of figures of me, and now it has begun. So Merry fucking Christmas and a happy fucking New Year to you all, babies.
And what I love about this, guys, is that figure is made from the Star Wars Black Series, which is quite a bit smaller than Marvel Legends or McFarlane. So yes. He's throwing Cubs again.
Yeah. So it's made like from like a smaller line, but I stacked it up next to some of my other fucking figures, and yeah, it's pretty accurate because I'm a small dude. So yeah. But yeah, I love it, man. I think it's. I mean, I'll have to like put a picture up side by side with the figure to kind of like show people kind of what it's actually taken from. But this is as accurate as you're going to get. Like, I mean, it's fucking on the nose.
I think it was made from a Dagobah Luke, as far as I know.
Yeah, I think so. I think, and it might have been painted. I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs. I just know it was handed to me. I was very, very happy.
Well, yeah, Alan's a top guy, and he's done a few for me as well.
He does some great work. Genuinely does. Like, But yeah, so that was just a few bits. I got a few other bits and pieces, like Back to the Future, fucking mugs and T-shirts and things like that. But
usual Christmas stuff.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like Brian knows the story, but like we didn't really have a Christmas because fucking there was a stomach bug that flew through our house and like just decimated us like fucking the entire Christmas. So like, I mean, so today we're going to talk about it in detail more. But today, I mean, I was supposed to remember we talked about it before we took the Christmas break. I climbed a mountain. I wanted to climb a mountain, and I wanted to see Spider-Man. And I did not get to see Spider-Man when it first came out. So I spent the last 2 weeks, Brian, dodging the internet like the plague. And today I finally fucking saw it.
Hold that thought, because I'm going to go through the comments before we start on that. Because
are we going first on that?
Yeah.
Are we going? Yeah, we're going first. Yeah.
I just want to go through the comments first. Dark Rock, Happy New Year, my friend. I saw that.
Happy New Year, buddy.
Mick says, nice sleep meditation show. Thanks for PS5 by drinking Heineken in one.
And funny story. No, but funny story with this. I haven't drank in 6.5 years, but I did, for strange reason, bought like fucking like a slab, but a 6-pack of fucking Heineken for Christmas. I said, you know what? I drink a fucking Heineken with Christmas dinner. Didn't get my Christmas dinner because everyone was sick.
Is that non-alcoholic stuff?
It's non-alcoholic, buddy. And I will tell you one thing, all right? I took a sip out of it. It tastes like beer. And I remember why I don't fucking drink beer anymore, because it's fucking manky.
Irish, are you?
No, I mean, I think, no, my thing was like, I drank, when I was drinking, I drank so much beer, I fucked my stomach up.
Drinking that shite.
So I started drinking top shelf liquor, man. That was my problem. That was the fucking problem. I moved to top shelf liquor and I was like, oh, I fucked myself up here because now I can't even fucking stomach anything, you know? So I just don't drink.
I can see the logic in that a little bit.
Yeah.
Mick says, any chance of posting your, or Jonathan says, Mick, any chance of posting your teams who were playing beforehand, considering your luck would be a handy way to earn some easy money from Paddy Power. Yeah. Dark Rock, that's awesome. James says, that's a nice Batman piece.
Yeah, I love it, man.
Very cool.
Thanks, John.
Dark Rock, beep, 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 beep.
But I actually sent Brian some photos, didn't I? From like Batman sitting on top of the signal and like the entire bat signal on the wall. Like, it's pretty fucking dope.
You should go in and take some pictures of that in the dark now. It'd be pretty cool, and get some shadow lighting going behind it.
That's what I'm saying, is like, even for some photography or some shit, like I imagine I could really fucking do that, like with my like Batman the Animated Series, Jim Gordon standing next to it or some shit. Do you know, like fucking
take them out of the box tubs.
See, this is it. Yeah, I'm gonna do that, dude. I told you, this year, 2022, is the whole nother beast, man. I'm gonna do an entire video.
Have a culture cast of just tubs unboxing.
I'm not. I mean, I told you this. I'm rebranding my channel this year, man, with like fucking podcasts and fucking vlogs and fucking and unboxing shit. I'm gonna enjoy this year. Like, I'm actually gonna make content this year, man.
Connor says that Batman light looks fantastic. Definitely would make great pics.
Yeah.
Jonathan talking about your figure wrestling or dwarf tossing tubs.
Yeah. I was the most electric fucking guy in the universe when I wrestled, kid.
Pity you were stuck in a lead balloon. Mick says, ouch, that hurt me at Jonathan Redmond. What Paddy says, let's why Paddy plays. Welcome to the show, Paddy. What up, fuckers? Oh God, no, he's playing with himself.
I fucking am literally playing with myself, Paddy.
Isn't that all he ever does, though, in fairness, Paddy? Jonathan Redmond, yeah. Jonathan, sup, Paddy? Howdy, Jonathan. Mick, a very small dude.
Hey, Mick. New year now, my friend. New fucking year.
Jonathan says his legs only just reached the ground, Mick. Oh, it's began 2022. The roast
kicking off already, like.
Dart Rock 101 till 1K for you, Brian. Good job, mate. Thanks so much, Dart Rock. That's fucking great. I have to give a big kick in the bollocks to Tubbs for yesterday. He helped me reach that 900 mark. And for whatever YouTube has been a weird ass thing the last couple of weeks.
Yeah,
man. I had a jump of about 12 and then it went back by 6. And yesterday I had a jump by about 14 and then it went back 2 or 3. So now I'm on 899. So I don't know what happened there. But
yeah, I saw it.
I was 900 for an hour.
I was about to have a word, like, because I was kind of going, did someone fucking subscribe and just decide to unsubscribe like a wanker?
Someone was probably fucking with me, but look, We'll
Oh,
get
look at
back
her.
to
She's
that.
coming in
Let's
for
move
her
on.
praise, man. She's coming in for her subscriber praise. Look at her.
I was coming to say goodnight.
She's saying goodnight, but you know she's looking for praise right now
Yeah,
since we
Grace,
started
you're
talking.
coming for cameo like you do every week.
Get your cameo in.
Hello.
Hello, Grace.
Hello, Brian.
Thank you for subscribing yesterday.
You're welcome.
She also saw Spider-Man today.
No spoilers yet.
It was
Okay,
depressing. Okay, good night.
Nice.
Good night.
Mick
Good
says
night, Sam.
Jonathan, released to the wire.
Emma said good night too. Emma said good night to the podcast.
I'm on a live podcast.
Night,
She's still
Grace.
talking to me like. Night, night.
Night.
Patty says it doesn't taste like beer, it tastes like 0% beer, which tastes like pish.
It fucking tastes like piss. I'd one
Tastes
sup
like
of it and I'm done.
shit.
Do you know?
Yeah. Yes, Jonathan, at least it wasn't Foster's, I suppose. Actual piss, that is. They say
Dude,
it
I wouldn't even fucking know beer. I mean, beer is fucking mank anyway. Like, do you know what I mean?
No, but
I think it's when you're
Foster's
drunk,
got
when you're in the
brilliant
when you're in the drinking bubble, you're drinking. You're like, yeah, this is great. It's not fucking great. It tastes like piss, and fuck me, does it give you a headache?
as
You know,
Great Steve asks,
screw
like,
it.
1 beer, 2 beer, 3 beer, whiskey, vodka. Oh,
Fuck
man.
it. I think I'll just go fucking one step further. Like, so skip the beer and skip the liquor.
No.
Just go straight to the fucking cocaine. Like,
No. Let's not do that. Mick says,
I'm not saying it. I just said the
Cubs
word.
versus Hornswoggle dream match. Yes, it would be a great
Fuck
match.
Hornswoggle. He can fucking
Special
suck my
guest,
dick.
special guest referee, Wee Man.
You're all horrible fuckers.
Oh my God, Mick. Eddie, that's a bot scrub. Yeah, I'd say there's a few of them about. Because I was on a live stream and there was lots of bots, so I presume they went on and subscribed to my channel when I was commenting and stuff, and then obviously got taken out like the shit there.
Fuck it, dude. Do you know what I mean? We'll, as I said, we'll fucking keep
It'll
pushing
get
to get you there.
It'll get there, don't worry, I'm not worried. Yes, dead accounts are pruned sometimes. That's a better way of saying it. Like sleep meditation. Patty says, Gracie. We all miss
She
you.
has a cameo every week, Peds.
Piper wants to see you. Mick,
Well,
yes.
2022 is a new year, man. We'll make it so.
Nick says, hi, Paddy. Jonathan says, champagne and cocaine, never with beer. Have you no class?
Dude, I grew up in fucking Myras City. In Limerick City, man.
City, Tubbs. I know you may have all the internet of Limerick City, but you don't have...
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm the type of fucking degenerate that will fucking get a €2 coin and fucking hock that shit back my nose and then fucking drink a fucking bottle of petrol. It's all good. It's how we roll in Limerick, like.
So, yeah. So, like, I'd love, like, real technology with someone that would be just, like, able to mute Tubbs automatically or something when he talks about stuff like that.
Oh yeah, when I say like things.
We'll get there though someday.
To be fair, I think I'm pretty filtered compared to like I could go a lot fucking worse.
Moderate this podcast.
Actually, Joe, to be fair, yeah, I mean like 2021. I don't know. I might have said some shit that could have fucking possibly come back to bite me in 10 years' time. But who gives a flying fuck? We're here to have a good time. We don't give a fuck about that shit.
We're going to talk about Spider-Man now.
You got to put a massive spoiler warning out for this, buddy, for anyone in the chat that hasn't seen it.
We're going to talk about Spider-Man No Way Home. And we're going to get into it. So, as Tubbs just said, massive spoilers.
And I like this dynamic as well. I like this dynamic that that like you've had time to sit on it, all right?
Yeah,
and I'm completely fresh and raw, emotions wise and everything from what I just witnessed today. So
raw most of the time, anyway. Like so.
Yeah, and the funny thing about it was is like fucking actually fucking motherfucker.
I heard right thing.
There. Anyway, the funny thing about it was like amazing. Actually fucking me and my missus like went and had a date today. Like, you know, we went on a date to this. And Lisa's never watched any of the MCU movies and she fucking loved it.
Paddy said saw it day one, so I'm good. If Brie Larson ever goes missing in Ireland, you're so fucked, Tubbs.
She fucking deserves to go. Do you know no. Do you know what? Do you know what? It's a new year. Fuck it. I'm not even going to go there, all right?
Okay,
We're going to talk.
so,
I want to talk about some good shit tonight, all right? That's what I want to do.
okay,
Not
so
Brie Larson. She can, like hug herself in the shower. It's all good.
ouch, the funny bone.
That was
Yeah,
right in the funny bone, Connor, man.
heard
It
that.
fucking hurt like a bitch.
Okay, so Spider-Man. How do I even start this? Okay, so spoilers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so I'm going to start with my favorite part of the film, straight out, was William Dafoe.
Oh my God, he was fucking mind blowing
in this movie. He's an
so
absolute,
fucking good.
do you know all the people that gave out about in the previous Spider-Man movies that he never faced, like, he faced Mysterio and he faced like the Vulture, who was any regular guy or whatever, and they all had like, they didn't have problems with Spider-Man, so to speak.
Yeah.
But Christ, Jesus Christ, like William Dafoe was an absolute scumbag, a psychopath, like a first proper psychopath he faced.
Yeah. I mean, 100% I agree with you. I just thought any time Dafoe was on the screen, he fucking chewed it up like he fucking... But everyone did in this movie, man, do you know?
But
like,
I think, like, do you know when he comes in first and it kind of cuts away really fast?
Yes.
When he comes onto the bridge, he's like, whatever. But then when he's like, puts away, throws the mask on the dumpster, and it's like, this is how good the film is. I can still remember bit for bit, like, he throws the dumpster and the mask, he's like, And I didn't believe him that he was gone.
But he came across so conflicted, like, didn't he?
No,
at the beginning, I mean, when he first showed up, there was a confliction there, and I really fucking got it. That's fucking cool. Like, they're really doing this, like, like fucking lost in time for kind of like villain, like,
My thing is, like, did he though? Was it just him all along?
Oh, I mean, it could have been a fucking blazing act, but from what I got from it, I felt like he was, at the start, he was trying to fight it, or it seemed like he was anyway. Or maybe he's just fucking very good at luring people into his deception.
Like, we're going to go through the comments as well as we're talking on this. Slightly off topic on Spider-Man. Now we're in Spiders. Why no Marvel Legends villains figures? I think we'll get them. It's just they want to give a good length of time before they throw anything out, because you know how fans are. I didn't see it. I've whatever wrong with me and I can't go to the cinema. I know that's a horrible thing to say. I have things wrong with me and I went to the cinema. So Dafoe dominated. Definitely is now the best MCU villain. I know. Spidey sense triggering just before Dafoe goes full. So, yes, this scene is what I was thinking of. I'm with Tubbs. Thought he came across super genuine when he first came into it.
Like he did, he genuinely did seem like he was still battling those voices, and then the fact he was so kind of didn't know where he was, and he went looking. He was looking for Peter for help, and this kind of shit. I was kind of going, wow, that's a really different take on this character from where we last saw him to now. Which is what I loved about all these characters. Do you know what I mean? It's like, because obviously when you watch the trailers and everything, it's you kind of expecting a certain thing. But even like, there's one thing I will say is when we came out of the cinema, my partner Lisa, she doesn't watch any of the MCU movies at all. And she turned to me and she was like, does that Doctor Strange character have a movie? Like, I'd like to see that. He's really cool. I like his character. So I was kind of going, wow, she fucking likes Doctor Strange's character. Like, go watch that movie. Do you know what I mean? Which is fucking, this is what these movies do, man. You know, it's then you, like someone that might not even watch him to begin with comes out going, man, that was fucking unreal.
To just go on Jonathan's comment there, he looks like a total badass, 66. I was watching an interview where he was like, when they came to me, he was like, I'm not doing a cameo. I want to go full on if I'm doing it. Do stuff.
This is what I loved about this fucking movie, right? Because before I went in, I knew that. To quote MJ's line, if you fucking just, if you stay disappointed, what was the phrase she used? It was about disappointment.
Oh, if you expect disappointed, you can never be disappointed.
You can never be disappointed. I was kind of going, all right, well, if I go in, I'll probably get cameos. They'll probably only be there for a few minutes. Like, right off the bat. Didn't fucking think I was going to see as much of the other two as I got in this movie. It blew my fucking mind. I thought they were going to come in right at the end, buddy. That's what I thought. Remember I said the trailer when you saw the fucking fight? That's when I thought they'd show. They really fucking got me on that because I was going, my God, there's so much here. Can I just like say one thing here before we get into more?
Well, we'll be saying lots of things. Just Paddy saying there, Doctor Strange is Caddy's favorite movie.
That's fucking class.
Actually, the fight Paddy through the apartment block was fucking mental.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of people going around saying, you know, the hallway scenes in Daredevil and what have you.
I was in the cinema, I'm not joking, right? Because obviously Lisa didn't know Matt Murdock and Grace didn't know Matt Murdock. When he showed up on screen, I legitimately fucking screamed. Like this was this movie.
We're going all over the place here because okay.
Rounded.
Start with Daredevil because that was pretty short.
I legitimately screamed out loud in the audience.
Like there was people when I went to see it that night. There were people when I could hear people going, "Who's that? Who's that? Who's that?" And yet there was a guy about 2 seats in front of me. He goes, "Oh!" Like
that was me. I was the guy that did that. Yeah.
when like it was awesome. He's a little bit there, but when the brick comes in the window, he goes.
That's what I mean. It was this. How did you do that? He was like, "I'm a really good lawyer."
It was fucking
I was going,
awesome.
wow, that's fucking cool. Like we're getting to see fucking Daredevil and Kingpin and all these fucking guys show up now, which is fucking, it's so good. Like, but I will say one thing about this is like because this obviously because you know the original Spider-Man had 3 movies and now Tom Holland's got 3 movies. I really loved that this movie served as a third arc and kind of final and finish point for the Amazing Spider-Man trilogy, because as you know, I have said this before, I know a lot of people kind of weren't as big on those movies. I fucking love Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. I love those movies. I know it's an unpopular opinion. People are kind of.
I have a question now for you because you're fresh, and
yes,
I assume a lot of the people in the chat have seen it a couple of weeks ago now.
Well, and you got to give me props as well that I managed to fucking not get spoiled in the 2 weeks that I fucking didn't see it. That was a hard graft, man. Do you know what I mean?
So, like, yeah, I see your comment, Jonathan. I'll get back to it in a sec. But this is something like this is what I was going to get around to. Not to be killjoy, but why didn't Doctor Strange cast a spell to make everyone forget Mysterio in credits? So, do you think that this movie? Do you think the reason for this movie was pretty weak? Like they could have the Loki finale was an open goal there. Why didn't they?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, because I mean, I'll be honest about it. I mean, like I had questioned. I mean, it's not that I didn't come out of this going like, oh my god, everything was 10 out of 10 perfect. Do you mean I obviously was going to no, don't get me wrong. There was very little in this movie I didn't like because I was just nostalgia's a fucking hell of a drug, kids. Do you know what I mean? But this movie for me, I'll tell you straight out to get back to your point in a minute. But I genuinely came out of this, and the first thing I said that was nostalgia done correctly. Like it genuinely was. I know if it's just for me because I was just but fuck me, it took me back to took me back years, and then it fucking tossed me forward, and I fucking cried. I screamed. I genuinely fucking cried tears in this movie. Like I was an emotional roller coaster watching this fucking flick. But yeah, I think
as was everyone, I'd say that.
Yeah, I mean, look, I mean, the spell thing, like I mean, I do love that it continued straight after the second movie, and like it really kind of like left you in the shuffle of like what Mysterio's words had done, and how fucked up Peter's kind of life had become so fast. And yeah, I mean, I think, I mean, like Doctor Strange was a weird character at the beginning. Like he became the Doctor Strange we know and love it by the end of it. But it was weird that when he first showed up, he's like, yeah, I'll just do the spell. But then obviously we saw Peter kind of fuck up the spell continuously, which I love. I love their banter back and forth. I really did. Was while he's casting the spell, Peter's like, oh no, but like I don't want this. He's like, Peter, shut the fuck up. You're gonna fuck up the spell. And he's like doing another ring, and he's doing another ring.
Like but, I know without this, there's no. Like I'm the one being the killjoy, like. But I just wanted to hear.
No, God, no.
Because like, why like straight away he did what he thought to do. Doctor Strange was the guy who fucking practically went to what was it, Titan, before he would give over the Infinity Stone to Tony Stark, and yet he's willingly doing this spell for Peter just so people can forget him. Something that he could have done.
But I did love not to get to the ending too fast, but I did love that there is a moment at the very end of the movie between him and Peter.
Yeah.
And you can tell that there's genuine care for Peter in Strange. Like, so maybe that's what it is. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, when you look at it, maybe
he felt bad for him. Like,
I mean, I doubt Strange is sitting in his place, like, and he's not paying attention to what's after happening with Peter, since he's in practically the same fucking place as him. You know, he's paying attention. So maybe he just wanted to help him. Maybe but he wasn't expecting Peter to fuck it up. But it was so strange because
I see what you did there. So strange,
Stephen.
Oh no, I'm leaving.
But I delivered and ruined it. But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, fuck me. I mean, are we? Can we? I suppose we can talk about. Like, I think at this point, everyone fucking knows the 3 Spider-Men show up, and
I think we need them to last though, because there's so much.
Okay. Okay, let's rank on the villains.
Like, no, so like so anyway, the multiverse is torn open, and all these villains come true. He did say, didn't he, that like I know it's been a while now. He said wasn't it only a few slipped through or whatever it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So let's go through them. What did you? So we've obviously talked about Norman a bit. Doc Ock was fucking phenomenal. I loved him in it.
Yeah, I mean, out of the villains, Brian, I think the. No, I mean, I don't know, because I mean, like I only saw it today, so I'm kind of like, you know, you've got probably a lot more kind of time to like kind of break things down and remember. But for me, Defoe was one of the show stealers in this movie. He's so good. But Doc Ock, in a completely different way, like, you know what I mean, because you forget before he became Doc Ock, he was good, and he was good before. You know, the end of the second movie. There's always been a conflict of good and evil with him. He's not a down out villain. It's the chip and everything else. And he and when he shows up to like help and all that kind of crap, I was going, this is fucking class. But I really did like the entire fucking.
Tubbs' brain is going 100 miles an hour, and I love it because that's exactly how I came out of the movie.
Oh man, Connor, man, that was fucking. I was a ball of emotion. Like, I mean, my own daughter saw me cry today, like, because I just couldn't contain it.
He was
just fucking. He was just so good, but there was so I mean, like, Electro. I
wanted to talk about Doc Ock for a sec.
Okay, go on. I'm jumping ahead, man. Forget about that. You keep it in you moderate it.
Check a little bit.
Keep reining me back in.
What I loved about Doc Ock was, in Peter's universe, he is a monster. He almost kills Spider-Man, but in this universe, Peter's like, Stark Tech, I can just overwrite that shit. You're fucked, man. Game over.
Yeah. He's just fucking
2 seconds, like.
I did love that too. He had fun fucking with him. You know, he was like, he had fun messing with him. Which was the playful side. Is what I liked about this was, you had like Tom Holland's Peter Parker, and more so in this. You see it more so in this for reasons, because obviously, you know, with the other two, but it's you see it. There's a lot. Like, he's that younger, playful Peter Parker. You kind of saw a bit of that
in the first half of the movie.
Yeah, but you kind of or the first half definitely, not the second half. But
they broke him then after that.
Yeah, man. We'll get to that. Or we will fucking get to that.
So, like, I was going to go on about Sandman and the Lizard. So the actors weren't even there for that. They just recorded their lines, and they used like old footage, I think, from the previous movies to get them in the.
Really? Because I thought that, like, when you saw them at the end, that was them.
Well, yeah, they showed their previous bits from Amazing Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 3, because I remember hearing at the time leading up to the movie that the CGI, some of it looked unfinished, but that's because that's what they used because of COVID and all that stuff. But it's a common thread with Spidey villains that they have a trace of good generally. Like, Jamie Foxx was class, and I loved how they explained his different color power as well. He's like, different. I like it.
That was they like literally was like a throwaway line, but it was like, if you knew, you knew. Like,
yeah. And when they gave him the arc reactor, his headpiece and everything came out like it was so good.
Going off of going off of what Paddy was saying there about the villains, I do agree as well. And I always used to, this is where I used to look at it as well. It's kind of why I like Spider-Man, kind of in the same vein as I like Batman, because their their villains are
These villains
not.
thing are
I don't mean
amazing.
similar villains, but what I mean is like there a ton of Batman villains don't start out. They're not just psychos. You know, there's always a turn, or there's always something that pushes them into that.
There's depth to them, yeah.
And same with Spider-Man. Spider-Man's villains are very much like that. There's like they don't start off that way. Like, I mean, I know that they're the best villains anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like,
What I did love was like all the other villains were taking the piss out of the lizard. They constantly said, "Oh yeah, just turn everyone into lizards, right?" Yeah.
Do you know who I do you know who I really fucking loved in this actually was Ned.
Ned Leeds,
I thought Ned had some like really funny fucking moments in this movie, like as well. You know, he just kind of came in nicely with it and stuff, and I loved the whole fucking I love fucking everything. I can't fucking I'm so fucking happy. I'm just so fucking happy, guys. You've no idea.
I agree
It's
with
such a
Jonathan here.
fucking amazing movie. Like,
Jonathan says, Salmon and Lizard needed more screen time. I know.
see, I found
They're just making up the numbers.
Now,
I agree.
Not even making up the numbers. Going back to what you were saying, if that is true about them not even being there and just recording lines and stuff, maybe that's why the focus was on Jamie Foxx.
Like, I think
and Goblin.
Sandman's like his motivations were the most mixed up of any of them.
Because man, like for me,
he's going to go home to his daughter.
But to be fair, it's so fucking weird because that's how I felt about Sandman in Spider-Man 3. He did the same kind of thing, you know. It was kind of like, you know, he's like, oh yeah, but you know, I just want to see my daughter, and then it was later on in the movie they're like, oh, we can help you, and like, I don't care, you know. It's like,
yeah, it was very mixed up.
I was kind of going, man, fucking
with the rest of them then at the end. So as Jonathan said, he was very much so making up the numbers there at the end. But
yeah. I mean, I was half expecting a sixth villain to show up.
Yes, I was going to get onto this as well because Paddy says as much as a nostalgia fest, it was Ned, MJ, and Tom Peter fest and foremost, and they all fucking shined. Yes, they did.
Yeah, all.
What 100%. I was going to say was, how many Spider-Man movies have Sony torpedoed trying to get the fucking Sinister Six into a movie, and they got to 5 and stopped? I think that's the hand of Kevin Feige, though.
Yeah, but I mean, they got to 5 and stopped. They could have very well have put 6 in here. Like, they could have had Mysterio show up in this. They could have
used Venom in this.
Yeah, they could have. Yeah, very much so.
After credits, like.
Yeah.
But so yeah, you chatted there about Ned. So
yeah, Ned I have a theory though. I have a theory.
What the one
about that?
The internet have?
I have. Now, I mean, fucking because
we know that everyone on the internet has about him being Hobgoblin.
I mean, that's the theory that everyone's going around, but I have a different theory.
Okay, go on.
Going off the post-credit sequence. What happens if Ned becomes fucking Venom in Peter's world?
I don't know.
Because I'm assuming that symbiote piece that got left behind or whatever the fuck in the post-credit sequence, I was kind of ratting my brain and was going, what the fuck just happened? And then I seen it. I was like, oh, what happens if that like go and finds Spider-Man? He becomes the Black Spider in whatever movie they're doing next.
You know that I thought about that, and I saw Tom Hardy or whatever, and then he's on about Thanos, and he's like, oh, the aliens in my dimension, they eat you and all this kind of stuff. And that was funny. But then when he started disappearing, I was like, oh, this is kind of shit. And then he left back a little bit of black stuff. And I fucking loved it because that Tom Hardy Venom is fucking shite. And I'm sorry. Venom versus Carnage was the worst comic book movie I've seen in years.
But I mean,
I do not want to see him in the MCU. So I'm glad.
I mean, he might have been better in the MCU if he, like, I mean, under different, like, you know, different fucking kind of like people actually control. Because I think the reason with the Tom Hardy ones,
Venom though, it's not Venom. It's something else.
Yeah, so this is what I'm wondering.
The fucking necklaces on him and stuff.
This is
so bad.
But this is like the end of that trilogy now, right? So, and then they kind of like drop this like symbiote piece that gets left there. So I'm wondering to myself, like, I'm just going to go and say, are they going to? But like, if they were going to integrate this storyline into the fucking like the Sonyverse, wouldn't it have just went with Venom because he's already established?
I see this as Feige wanting to do the Spider-Man Venom series fucking story.
So
properly.
man, how fucking cool would it be if the next one was the Black Spider fucking storyline?
No, it's too. It'll be the middle one. I'd say he'll get the black suit, and if they do it right.
No, but that's what I mean. Is the next trilogy leads into this entire fucking coming to Black Spider and Venom and everything else. Do it right, of course. Like
rush. Like you could see like the third film, Spider-Man and Miles taking on.
Scorpion. There was Miles Morales named or not named, but he was kind of dropped in this as well. Like at one point.
I'm sure there's a Black Spider-Man out there somewhere.
Yeah, I thought it was like that's pretty fucking cool. They're mentioning it.
It was very on the nose though.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean definitely on the nose.
Jonathan said that mid-credit scene did piss me off. Felt like a bullshit move to hint, Venom's in the MCU in Venom 2 and in No Way Home. It's now we're just fucking with y'all. Yeah, Jonathan, I agree. Like when I saw him at the end of Venom 2, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. We're going to have Tom Hardy versus Tom Holland at some stage. But if they just took him back out and left nothing behind, I would agree with you. But the fact they left behind some of the symbiotes so we can get our own MCU symbiote.
I mean, we've learned this from the MCU. They don't do things like that for no reason, so they've definitely got a plan.
It says, I don't think they're going to make Ned a villain. Like,
I wouldn't say they won't make him a villain, but I mean, I genuinely did think I had a theory behind this that like something was going to happen at the end of this one that would like, well, something did happen at the end of this one that might very well open up the door for him to like, because he's we'll get to it, but he could become a villain. I don't know. I mean, does he need to become one? No, but would it be fucking cool? Yeah,
like No Way Home didn't need help. It didn't need help from such bullshit. Yeah, but they left it in the end credit scene, so it wasn't really part of the movie anyway. So I would let that go, but be interesting.
I just think it was meant to be a kind of a playful scene with to tease the audience and then kind of give them this little bit of hint to what's going forward without like going too far into it,
So I'm going to go back to the other comments because where were we? Okay, so then Ned does his whole,
which I thought was pretty fucking cool.
So Andrew Garfield got a great redemption in this movie. Never a fan of his Spider-Man, but man, I want to see.
See, I was,
like I watched. I'm glad now I watched all the fucking the other Spider-Man movies leading up to this. I really like Andrew Garfield. He was just stuck in two shit movies.
Well, I mean, I always used to say this to you. It's like, I mean, I'm not going to say like, oh, listen, The Amazing Spider-Man 2 was the greatest Spider-Man, because we know it wasn't. But I loved some of the moments, and I actually didn't hate it as much as most people. But I think The Amazing Spider-Man 1 with the lizard, I thought that was a fantastic film. I know, like, it's like for years it was like, like it was the unpopular opinion that fucking Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man was good, but you also got to remember, as much as you love Tobey Maguire and as well, I mean, I know you don't because you hate Bully Maguire, but as much as you might have loved those movies back in the day, and there are massive fans of the original trilogy, not all of the original trilogy was good either.
No, definitely not.
And and to be fair, and I'm going to throw it out there as well, there's kind of been certain sections of the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies that have been kind of meh,
Of course, yeah. I agree.
Do you know what I mean? So they've all had their like.
Trilogies, by far.
But all three of their movies have had like either weaker installments or sections were not as memorable.
You're going to get that in every trilogy of every like movie.
But I do agree with you. I mean, for me personally, this isn't what I'm not saying that I don't think Andrew Garfield got a redemption. I feel he got a fitting end to his story. Yeah. I genuinely do. He genuinely like I'm going to talk about it right now because it's a spoiler show. Like when MJ was falling, in like very reminiscent of
the trailer, so wasn't it?
To which?
It was telegraphed in the trailers that
Oh,
was
it was. But I remember even saying it to my daughter. I had a
how,
feeling. I was like,
like
how it
how
was
he
going to go
did it.
down. Yeah, do you know how it was going to play out? And I remember even saying it to her, like, I think it was on Saturday. I was like, I would be so fucking happy if Andrew Garfield is the one that saves her, because that's a redemption for him, you know, to as a character, as the guy that failed the first time. And when it happened, I was like, oh man, it's so good. But man,
But what I loved about it is they could have very easily like had her catch her, gotcha, and then kept going. But
yeah,
no, he brought her down and let it breathe, and you see him welling up and everything. They showed that he was remembering Gwen. Like it
he
was a
brought the fucking
beautiful
emotion
moment.
in this movie. Like he really did.
Dude, he loves that character. Like he
But you
used
know
to
what I loved as
he
well
used
is,
to
do
put
you
a
know when
comic on
they
himself as
first showed
well.
up? No, but you know when they showed up, and like obviously Peter's on the roof, and they're like, he first meets him, and he's talking like, and they're kind of like, you're getting kind of bits and pieces of like, you know, like what their lives were after the movies. And I loved that, like, he didn't, you know, after Gwen died, he didn't just become your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. He became raw and bitter and vicious. And I was kind of, and he felt, for me, I felt like, all right, this is why his character needs this redemption. Like, as the lads were saying in the comments, it's like, you know, this redemption arc is more for him, which I do love. Do you know what I mean? I love that they gave it to him, like, you know, because it just felt like all three of them went full circle in one movie.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? For me, what did
Like
you think of Tobey Maguire?
when Garfield sat there looking into her eyes and the tears were rolling from his eyes, my heart was like
Oh man,
sinking.
yeah,
It
yeah.
was sinking to my
But
chair, like.
but it was even moments like, you know, like when they were like introducing each other and all this, and he was on about, you know, certain things, and then when Garfield starts talking about Gwen Stacy, and she was like, she was my MJ, you know, I was kind of going, what? Shut the fuck up, because I only watched that fucking
Yeah,
scene
all the
2
little
days ago.
things that were talking. Well, one
But I mean,
disappointment.
dude, I'm a fucking man that bleeds my feelings out my fucking sleeves, right? I fucking cried, man. I would never deny it. I cried at this movie.
Well, so
Some
did
of
I
them
at
were
the very
fucking
end.
sad tears, and other were fucking happy tears, man. But I was a ball of emotion for this movie.
My one like tiny criticism is it feels like they just stopped their stories when the movies ended. They didn't really like say, "Oh, I know what they said about Garfield not pulling his punches, or whatever." But when they were talking about their villains and stuff, Toby was like, "Oh, I fought a goo monster," and Garfield was like, "Oh, I want to fight an alien. I only fought a rhino guy in a machine." I would
Yeah,
have loved if they've said, "Oh, I also fought a guy with a spear, throw like Craven the Hunter or something. I fought a
yeah.
guy with
You
a
kind of
sword."
like would have liked
That would have been cool, like as well. I thought.
yeah. No,
But,
it would have been. It would have been cool because it was like because even Tobey Maguire mentions it at one point. He was like, "Oh, one time I fought this like black gooey alien thing."
a black goo
You know,
monster, yeah, that's
yeah, like Black Widow Monster was like a fucking hint of venom, and I was kind of going, "That's fucking pretty cool that they're talking to this." But it would have been nice to have kind of hear them kind of go like, "Oh, well, I fucking took on this fucking other thing." Do you know what I mean? Like villains we hadn't seen them fight.
I just want
But
to join this conversation here between Jonathan and Paddy. Jonathan says, would Sony allow the MCU to have a Venom though when they have done earnings wise with Tom Hardy version? This is why I think the Tom Hardy trilogy will be over by the time they start going with
okay,
Venom.
do you reckon that? Yeah,
But then, like Paddy was saying, not an end if Sony go the route of doing the Amazing Spider-Man 3, which I hope happens.
which is
Now,
a
I heard a
now.
theory on this. I read a theory on this. So have you seen in the trailer for Morbius
Yes,
where there's a poster of Spider-Man murderer or
murder.
something like
Yeah,
that? Is that could be retconned to be Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man for not pulling his punches? He could be killing
yes.
villains like. So that would put him squarely in Sony's universe then.
Well, see, this is what I mean is because remember we were saying about and maybe this is the thing, because I know there was talk about, you remember like fucking Sam Raimi kind of like wanting to continue the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man
No thanks.
Joan universe. But I do agree with what Patty's saying there. I genuinely do think, because I
I'd love
heard it off a
to
few
see the
people
Amazing
already.
Spider-Man 3.
Like I heard it off 2 people in the cinema today. They were like, "Oh my god, I have totally got to go and watch those Amazing Spider-Man movies later." Like, it's like now Andrew Garfield was so good in this movie that like Netflix is going to get hit now with fucking views on these movies, and people are going to want to see
already
these movies.
like it was already like in the top 10 trending in Ireland on Netflix.
And so you know what I mean. It's so for people that like might have slept on it or might not be as up to date on those movies in particular. I reckon this could spearhead him coming back as Spider-Man for Sony.
Hopefully. Paddy started balling when he saved the MJ.
I agree, Paddy, man. It was, and I agree with what Brian was saying. Is it was the fact that they let it breathe. That's what got you. It wasn't, as you said, as if he just kind of like dropped her and went again. You were like,
oh. That would have been stupid.
But they left it breathe on purpose.
Not going to lie, they hear that scene as well.
Yeah.
Like this is what Paddy's saying, but even down to them talking about him being a shit Spider-Man compared to the others, and then building him up. No, you're amazing. You are amazing.
I fucking love that.
I love that as well.
I loved it. He was like, "No, say it. Can you say it for me? You're amazing." And I was gonna like, that is so fucking cool. They're like, they felt like brothers, man, just trying to fucking come together. And
like Paddy says, I would have taken an hour of them talking on the Statue of Liberty. So fucking good. Yes,
dude, Paddy, man, I said it to Brian. I was fucking my mind was blown that we got so much of them.
Yeah, definitely, Connor.
No, do you know what I mean? I could not get over how much they were in it. I said this to Brian before.
They worked so well together, didn't they?
But before the movie came out, I remember even saying this to you, Brian, on private chats and stuff, that I figured that maybe they'd come right in at the end. That was when you'd see them, they'd come in at the fight and it would be a big thing. The scene with fucking Jesus, Andrew Garfield, and it was a fucking throwback to like Tobey Maguire stretching his back out, and he's like, well, "What are you doing?" He was like, "Oh, I've got this back thing." It's a pure throwback to when he used to fuck up his back the whole time, and he's like cracking his back for him and stuff. That was just fucking amazing. But I loved that you had an older kind of like an older kind of father figure Spider-Man in Tobey Maguire. That kind of like had like Spider-Man life, but he still had his MJ. And
I love that they had been there and they were able to tell him like it's
exactly. They were like teachers, but then you also had this the flip side of the coin in Andrew Garfield, which was like Spider-Man that's broken, and do you know what I mean, and fucking like has lost his confidence and everything else, and I've become this like darker, bitter version. That's the fucking version of fucking Spider-Man I want to see out of Andrew Garfield. Like
when Ned did the thing and Garfield came in, I was like
that was so cool.
When they both came in as Paddy, like I've just put the comment up out here.
Yeah.
I was shocked how early they came in. It was phenomenal. Like same here, when they came in, I thought, hold on a minute. And I was like, are they gonna go straight now and fucking that'll be the end of it or something? But Jesus, no, they were in it a good fucking 45 minutes, weren't they?
Yeah.
And every minute of it was fucking amazing. No pun intended.
No, but I mean, and look, maybe nostalgia plays in a hell of a lot on this as well for us, man. Do you know what I mean? But fuck me, I don't give a fuck. It's nostalgia all day long on this movie. I fucking loved it. I felt the way they balanced the three of them was just so good. Like just so fucking good.
Like for me, in my position, excuse me.
Yeah.
I love Tom Holland. I like Garfield, and I hate Tobey Maguire.
I'm a big fan of Garfield, man. As Spider-Man
together though are perfect. I still would not like to see any more Tobey Maguire films. No, thank you. But he works.
No, because but I will say one thing though, and Paddy Murphy will know what I mean about this, and you do too, Brian. I did feel that they Tony Starked me at one moment in this movie.
Oh, with the goblin stabbing him.
Yeah, they Tony Starked me massively. Like I had the same reaction because Paddy was with me when this happened. I had the very same fucking reaction to when that happened that I had in Infinity War. I was like, oh my fucking God. I set forward, like I didn't even interact with anyone. Like I just set forward and I was going, oh my fucking God. Because I genuinely thought if any of them were going to die, it was going to be Garfield, because I reckoned he was going to be the sacrifice to redeem, whatever. I thought that was what was going to happen. And then I was like, oh my God, they're after killing the OG. Like, they're after fucking doing it. They've got balls of steel that they did this. And they Tony Stark me.
No, I thought he's like, You okay? I was just stabbed. Been stabbed before. It's fine.
Yeah, I've been stabbed before. But I did like a little thing is like, you know, when they have their like fucking moment with Tom Holland, and then he kind of like goes to head back to Strange. Like Andrew Garfield turns around to him and is like, "You're in a lot of pain, right?" It was like, "Oh my god, so much pain." He's just bent over like Johnny.
John says Sony's in an amazing position at the moment. Spider-Man is back to being the biggest Superman on the planet. His storyline has been reset to remove all MCU element, so I'm not sure they need Disney. Venom, Let There Be Carnage says no. Like I don't. I still think people won't trust Sony on their own once they know
as much. Yeah, I mean, once
and
I think once the MCU,
he has already said as well that they are working on Spider-Man 4 with Amy Pascal. So I do think Holland will be around for a while yet. And like in the comics, a lot of the time, most of the heroes don't know who Peter Parker is. So it's not like he won't be teaming up anymore. It's just he's got his secret identity back, which he has most of the time anyway. To fair, they couldn't have done it without Disney, so I think they used a fucking blood debt. Yeah.
But
if
I mean,
the Flash movie only has Keaton in it for a short amount of time, after the three Spideys were in most of No Way Home, DCU is fucked.
Well,
I've read stuff about that today.
No, but I mean, I'm not only going off of what I heard, but apparently he's in a chunk of the movie, so you know, and apparently he's signed up for Batgirl as well. So they're now this comes off the back of Affleck deciding not to move forward being Batman anymore. So I think Michael Keaton is genuinely the one they're going to be pushing for these movies. So, I can't, but I mean, like, you gotta fucking look at it this way as well. Keaton is how old?
So Tubbs, I'm going to break it to you. So I read a rumor today about the DCEU, and it's only a rumor, but it's very solid, it seems. So Keaton is coming back. Flashpoint is basically going to erase the Snyderverse for good.
Yeah, I heard that as well, but I don't know, man, because all the movies that are fucking still making, like the fucking even Black Adam and all them, they're very still in the vein.
Are they making a new Superman? They're not. Are they making a new Batman? They're not. So let me continue.
Well, that's because Affleck decided to step away.
Let me continue.
Sorry.
So, coming out of Flashpoint, there will be a new Justice League, and there will be Supergirl as Superman, Batgirl as Batman, and Wonder Woman as Wonder Woman, obviously. So,
and Shazam.
And Shazam, yeah. So Keaton is only coming back to Batgirl to train her or whatever for.
Yeah, because I think from what I've heard is I think Keaton coming back in Flashpoint and in Batgirl is apparently supposed to be leading to Batman Beyond.
So I've already seen the term online, the SheCU.
I mean, look, I'll be honest about it, man. If they use the Flashpoint to completely erase the Snyderverse and everything that was there, I think fuck them. Do you know what I mean? It's fucking stupid. It exists. It's there. You know, get out, get your head out of your fucking arse, and actually listen to what people want or what they'd like to see.
Oh, well,
because
they won't build Discovery, it won't be a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, look, I thought it was going to be a different fucking ball game, and I thought Discovery was going to help DC fucking engage what they've already created and try and fucking build it out a lot more. Do exactly what they originally had planned. It was do an MCU type design, build it out by individual movie. Well, they're doing it now, but if they're retconning everything that came before it just for the fucking sake of, because Warner Brothers well, no, fuck it, we want to do it our way, whatever. Look, at the end of the day, no matter how much they retcon it, this is the fucking thing I've always said, is no matter how much they wipe it out or they erase it, it's still there. Do you know? It's a fucking stupid move if they do it instead of leaning into it. Do you know what I mean?
Well, Paddy says there, nostalgia only gets you so far. The writing still has to be good, and to me,
I don't know about that, Pat. I think fucking you can get a lot further on nostalgia than one would think. You know.
I don't know.
You know.
Steve Schroeder, Happy New Year, Steve. Welcome to the show. Going back to the spell thing, I think Doctor Strange is egotistical. I think if Wong hadn't told him not to do it, he wouldn't have. But I think he felt he had something to prove because of his ego.
Oh, it's one of those
it's
things.
like,
Don't press the red. Don't press the red
It's
button.
like,
I fucking
I
will press
won't.
the red button.
No,
But
yeah, I can agree with that too.
But like going off of one of the biggest moments in it, because this one broke me. I'm not gonna lie. I genuinely fucking had tears of pain when this happened.
Goblin.
It was fucking the Aunt May scene, dude.
From the moment Peter in the house.
Couldn't believe they did it. Like I
the
can because I knew she was
Goblin.
was his Ben Parker.
But I was talking about this with some of the lads the other day. Did he not say in either Civil War or his first movie that he also had an Uncle Ben that died?
Yeah, but I think because you never saw him like you did in the others, I think this is what they used, Aunt May like as his because she really was his Aunt Ben or his Uncle Ben. He's Aunt Ben in this one, she really kind of was that kind of character that like really kind of like embraced him when she found out and all this kind of stuff and really helped him forward and stuff, but then I couldn't because they kind of fucked you, man. Like it looked like she was okay and you're like, oh my god, I can't believe they nearly fucked and then they did it. And I was like, fuck me. But
and I have to say as well, some of the cinematography afterwards when he's on top looking at JJ and the fucking screen was just
with the rain coming down, that was fucking epic.
Unbelievable.
So fucking good, man.
It was like
such a good fucking scene. And I do like that as well, is because what threw me off after that whole thing was when Ned does the circle and it shows the alleyway and you see Spider-Man. I genuinely thought what they were doing was, that scene where you see him? I know they did it in the Tobey Maguire movies, but I thought they were doing like a newer version of, when he's fucking the suit in the bin, like that whole fucking, he's so pissed out, like angry about what happened. I thought, is he walking away here? Is this? And then it was like, and then he starts running towards the screen, and then it's fucking Andrew Garfield. I was like, that is fucking class. But yeah, the Aunt May scene, and I really loved that. Like what it did was it amplified how evil Defoe was, like how evil that fucker was.
Him from 4 floors, man.
Yeah, but do you know what I mean? He fucking like that entire fight scene was fucking amazing.
The thing is, Peter had never faced someone equal to him before.
But did you see that as well, though?
Another superhero type.
I don't know if you picked up on it. Like the Goblin Defoe powerbombed him through fucking 4 floors, and in the last fight, Peter powerbombed him back. Yeah, I was going like, that's fucking pretty cool. But there was a lot of cool stuff in this movie, man. I know people are saying about nostalgia. Like this was a good movie. Like this, there's what?
I just read Connor's comment. Aunt Ben, well, nowadays you never know.
This is fucking true, right? And they're playing the pronoun game here in the MCU. Like,
grab my balls and call me uncle.
No, but I genuinely did. I genuinely that one fucking shook me to my core when it happened. Like because I think it was because they made you think it was going to happen and it didn't, and then it did. They kind of railroaded you on it. But there was a lot of good moments. Like the ending for me, the ending to this movie, fucking another thing, kind of fucking broke my heart the way it ended. Because I was gonna go, I get it, he's got the secret identity back and everything else, but it fucking sucks. And then it struck me.
Perfect.
Right at the very end. No Way Home. Because he literally like No Way Home is because he has no home at the end of it. Like, he doesn't like nobody remembers him. I was like, that's the No Way Home. That's it. That's the title name right there.
But the comic accurate suit looked absolutely gorgeous as well.
Oh, the fucking new suit at the end. I was like, that is fucking unreal. It was so nice. Well.
And did you notice? I think he swung past the was the sign for the Rogers musical.
Yes. Yeah.
It's near where Hawkeye, wherever that was.
That would have been in New York as well, Queens, in and around that area, but I know I did. I fucking this movie
very similar to the one Tobey Maguire Spider-Man had.
Yeah.
They still had the little Darth Sidious thing from Ned's fucking Death Star.
That's what I liked about it. It was these little things, because even when he went into the fucking shop and he was kind of like asking a question, then I think he realized like like they're both in college now, and they're both, you know, like they're happy.
Well, he saw what he did to her, like, and he's no, I can't do this, like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And that's
Remember
what
the line.
kind of made me a little more sad about the ending. Was going to go like, oh man, like she's never even going to know. Like, I mean, and he has to do, you know, the superhero thing. He's got to walk away. You saw Toby do it. You saw fucking Andrew Garfield do it. You know, the only thing with this time was it's like Peter learned from like a mistake, you know, and he kind of he had to swallow his pride. He had to walk away. Do you know what I mean? In that sense of like, and kind of be on his own, because you saw him at the end, he was on his own. He's like, do you know what I mean? No way home, you know, because, you know, everything was gone. But like even that scene at the grave where Happy Hogan was talking to him, like you can't even tell him who he is. Like I was like, man, this fucking sucks. That's where I was going to go. Like that's when you know you're invested in a movie, man. Is when you're at the end of it going, man, I don't fucking feel good after this. Like poor Peter's been through so fucking much, and now he doesn't even have a friend
But
anymore.
I love it. He's not. He grew up. He's not Iron Boy anymore, as everyone.
Yes, he is Spider-Man now.
He's
you know?
Spider-Man now. Yeah. I look forward to the next one.
And to be fair, that's the payoff of this trilogy, right? Do you know what I mean? You saw younger Peter Parker become Spider-Man by the end.
Origin story.
Yeah, but I mean, long-winded. Yeah, but I mean, you saw him grow into the man. You know, he became Spider-Man at the very end of this movie.
Shadow and finally became Iron Man, Spider-Man.
And I did love that. I did love the multiverse thing, but the only thing about it is it's a weird thing. I will say, is like, like I know, like me, obviously we had the sacrifice, like we had the sacrifice from Peter. Do you know what I mean? Just make them all forget. Do you know what I mean? To save everything. But I'm wondering off the back of this movie, going off of the trailer for Doctor Strange 2. Has Doctor Strange, but even by doing that spell and closing it and whatever else and fucking it, has he fucked it up more than he knows in that moment? Is that what leads him into like the madness in the multiverse, because he has to go and fix the damage he's done?
Yeah, going off the trailer, he's done some bad stuff.
But that's what I'm saying, is because you had like a spell that got fucked up, and then, you know what I mean, the thing was cracking up, and then he did the other spell to fucking do it. He's probably made more damage.
I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to ask everyone in the chat. How many of the silhouettes did you notice?
Oh, okay. I was genuinely trying to fucking see him. I saw Rhino in there. And I don't think it was the Rhino from the Amazing Spider-Man. It looked like a lot more comic book accurate.
Accurate one, yeah.
Craven.
That's who I saw. I saw Craven.
Yeah, Craven with the spear. He was standing there with the spear. Fuck me, I have to go back and watch it again, because I just...
Yeah, because like I was like, oh...
I was trying to see who I could see. There's so many there at one point. I'm sure you'll find it online, dude.
No, I know. I've already looked, but I was asking because when I came out from it,
like they were the two main ones I spotted.
So there was Black Cat, there was Superior Octopus, Spider-Man.
Okay.
From what I've read on a thing anyway, there was Craven the Hunter, there was Rhino and Scorpion. That's
okay.
So
I definitely spotted Rhino, and I do like that it was a more comic book accurate Rhino than it wasn't just the Amazing Spider-Man.
Will do eventually, I'd say.
Do it.
It's what the MCU will do eventually. But let's go through the comments though, because I've neglected. As soon as the Spider-Man the alley waved, I knew it was Garfield. Yeah, and the lankiness of him as well.
Well, but that was me. It was when he turned and waved is when I kind of copped it. But or gathered it wasn't Tom. But when I first saw it, it really did, for a split second in my brain. And maybe it's just my brain, but for a split second in my brain, it looked like that scene where he was putting the suit in the trash can. Do you know, when I seen him, I was kind of is he walking away here? Like, I don't know. Do you know? Because I thought then my brain goes, I was like going, oh, is that when MJ and Ned run out after him because, you know, like they're supposed to stay where they are, and that's how they end up on the statue. But something similar happened later on. Do you know what I mean?
Jonathan, speaking of the second Tom Goblin fight, I loved how when Tom wasn't holding back and he fucked Goblin up with ease. Yeah, he was gonna kill him. Like,
oh, he was gonna kill him. Yeah, and that was definitely. And do you know what I do love? That moment where Tobey Maguire jumps in front of him. And he's kind of holding him, and he's kind of just looking at him. There's no word said. He's just looking at him. It's like it's more just don't do it. Do you know what I mean? You don't need to do this to get fucking back at him and stuff, you know. It's
The
not.
film is a good movie, not because of nostalgia. It's a good movie enhanced by nostalgia.
Oh no,
yes.
no! I said this coming
I
out. I
agree.
agree with Paddy there. This was a fantastic movie with nostalgia placed directly and nicely, like really where it needed to be. It was nicely placed in where it needed to be to complement the movie. Yeah, I loved the ending.
Paddy, totally agree. If I would have fucking freaked out if he actually said something to them as well.
Yeah.
Him walking away was the perfect ending to me. I actually loved
I mean, it
it.
made me sad as hell because I knew you're kind of going like, oh man.
Yeah, nostalgia done right.
Yeah, exactly. Nostalgia done right is powerful.
Connor says in the next movie though, we get to see him all over as Spider-Man without any support. It's a great platform to work from. Yeah, exactly. That's the Spider-Man I want to see as well.
But that's when going back to what we were saying, though, Brian, is like this trilogy seems now that it was like setting him up to become Spider-Man. Like he was always Spider-Man in it, but like he wasn't really Spider-Man. Do you know?
And like,
but now
you wonder then, like, is he going to go work for the Bugle now, knowing?
And one thing I always said as well, in every fucking Spider-Man story, I say a lot of things. No, but it was like if you look back at the trilogies and all the other movies, what happens in every single version of Spider-Man before he becomes the version he's meant to be?
Someone dies.
And now Tom Holland has had that. I mean, he's had Tony Stark, you know, he's had those moments, but you know, I mean, I mean, and they were big moments, but it's like, you know, like it's an Uncle Ben or it's a Gwen Stacy or a Mary Jane or an Aunt May. That really kind of is the catalyst to that character to kind of spin that story forward. And it happens all the time. It happens in the comics, it happens in the movies, and I loved it. I mean, look, I hated that they killed her. I genuinely did. I was so fucking, because I fucking loved her in these movies. I thought she was a breath of fresh air.
You just liked her because she was hot.
Oh, she's hot, but she was a breath of fresh air, man, in it as well. She was real.
I find May looks like in the comics.
Oh yeah, of course. But I genuinely, what I liked about this one is I loved it. This because the thing I liked about it was she did complement Peter really well. They were very good together. They had very good chemistry on screen. But it, you know, it was a younger Aunt May with a younger Peter Parker. You know, obviously in the comics, you know what I mean. When Peter gets older, she gets older. You know, yeah, I just loved it.
Yeah, Paddy did. Scorpion was actually in Homecoming.
He was. No, did they just show it?
He was
briefly, or was it the post-credit scene?
No, he was the guy that was on the boat buying the arms off the Vulture.
Yes, yeah, but they showed him like talking in the post-credit scene, right?
That's Matt Gargan. That's Scorpion. He was in jail.
Oh yes.
In the post-credit scene. Yes, 100%. How much of an Alex Jones vibe did No Way Home JJ give off? Even selling the vitamins. Yeah, man.
Do you know actually funny story? My partner Lisa in their like she's never seen all the rest of the movies, but I remember she turned around and this is how you know J.K. Simmons is doing a great job with the character, right? It's because she turned around, she was like, "Oh my god, I hate this guy so much. He's such a fucking prick." I was like, "You're supposed to think that, because J. Jonah Jameson is a massive prick."
Like, we're talking about Scorpion there. I would love to see them do the thing where Jameson like buys the suit for Scorpion and accidentally turns him into the fucking monster. That would be an awesome story to go. I know they did it in the TV show. I'm pretty sure they did it in the comics as well. He pretty much helps in creating the Scorpion because of his lust for stopping Spider-Man. Because he's a little penis man.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. Like, do you think that they'll continue to bring J.K. Simmons back now going forward?
Why not? He's been brilliant, and he's in the MCU now. It's not the Sonyverse he's in.
Yeah, so
I love Scorpion as a villain if they can do him right. Yeah, definitely. Like, I think he's one that they need to give a full movie to. There is certain like villains like Speedball and stuff like that where they could do like as an opening intro villain kind of thing, not have any major.
No, I mean, look, you look at like in Spider-Man's like. You kind of always like. I mean, I think going forward. I mean, that's why even Kraven the Hunter.
He needs more movie as well, definitely.
I mean, I think isn't he getting his own Sony?
Sony are doing a movie with Aaron Taylor Johnson with him, which is weird.
But Yeah, I mean, I think there. I mean, it seems to be the thing with it, but it's the same with Batman, dude. You know, you look at Spider-Man. It's like in the movies, it's been the Goblin. It's been, it's been uh, Doc Ock. It's been Sandman. It's Venom.
Hmm.
And then they did the Lizard, which I loved about the Amazing Spider-Man was they did the villain or the Lizard. And then they went with the who was in the fucking
Electro.
second one again? Electro.
Electro.
Then they went with Electro, and they went with fucking, and then in the Tom Holland ones, it was the Vulture, and it was in stereo. You got all these different versions, which is fucking
So
class,
who's
but they
doing
always
the
seem to
others?
stick to that Sinister Six vibe in the and unless you're putting Venom in there.
Like I'd love like the way that we have Kingpin now in the MCU as well.
I'd love to
Shot
see
in
him.
Hawkeye, like, but
Yeah. So
like
do you think? Question for you. Now that
wait no, because there could be spoilers with that. People mightn't have seen that.
Oh no, I'm not about that at all. I'm like, do you think going forward? Do you think you'll ever see like Deadpool buy up on Peter, like show his undying love for Peter Parker? Like,
No, I have no interest in seeing Deadpool and Spider-Man together.
yeah, but he loves him in the comics, dude. So
I'd like to see the more mafia side of Spider-Man as well. Because you've the likes of Tombstone, you've fucking.
Oh yeah. But like you said,
Alice
like Tombstone would be very much side villains anyway. I couldn't imagine him making them like Tombstone's definitely not getting like a main villain role. Like,
yeah, Daredevil as well. Team up there would be awesome. But I would love to see Black Cat, if I'm honest.
Oh, Black Cat, man, and fucking Daredevil, fucking. I genuinely do hope that they're building to like Daredevil and Spider-Man on the same screen.
So Connor says there they could do Hobgoblin where he's using Stark Tech instead of Osborn. Now,
it just seems to be that. Yeah.
What I was thinking there was Green Goblin did come in to the MCU with the glider, so I'm wondering, could someone recover that possibly and do a Hobgoblin?
Yeah, because when he disappeared, the glider was still on the floor.
Yeah, because that could be something to do. I don't know.
Yeah,
it could be, but yeah, Hobgoblin has always been a favorite of mine, even though his origin story was kind of messed up in the comics.
This is why I'm thinking to myself,
so many different people in the comics. It's crazy.
I mean, this is why I'm saying about maybe the theory that people are having about Ned becoming the Hobgoblin. Because I'll tell you,
the Hobgoblin though.
Like I had this mad theory was like, when you see the two of them on top of the statue, and then you see MJ falling. Before I saw the movie, I had this theory in my head. It was like, oh, if he's going to become Hobgoblin, it's going to be maybe a reason. And I was thinking to myself, oh man, maybe if like they both fall, and Peter whips down past Ned and catches MJ, and then it takes one of the other Spider-Men to save Ned. Maybe Ned is like so pissed at Peter, like he fucking ends up.
I don't think it's really that interesting of Ned becoming.
No, I mean, like you mean, I'm only going off of like you mean like because Ned by design is.
Keep talking. Plug in the laptop.
No, but I'm saying is Ned by design in the Tom Holland story arc is kind of like his Harry Osborn.
Sort of.
Do you know what I mean? When you look at like the best friend that turns into the villain. So I mean, like I can see why people had
Ned is based off of fucking Genki though in the Ultimate Spider-Man comics.
Oh, I know that, but I'm saying is the movie wise. Do you know when you look at like the design of like the Gwen Stacy or the Mary Jane, and then you have the best friend. It says the same design there. So yeah, I mean, I don't blame people for thinking that was going to end up. You've seen it happen before in the other versions. So I think it's probably refreshing that they didn't do it though, because they didn't follow the same design.
Yeah, I really don't want Ned as a villain. Yeah, the fact that this said it, I don't think means they will do it.
No. I mean, I know everyone had the theory, and I was kind of theorizing. I was like, oh, maybe this is it. But I like Ned as that, like the psychic. He's just funny. He's just a good character, like.
Well, yeah, we're very much like. So Tubbs,
and what did you think of Mary Jane in this?
She's excellent. She's grown.
I fucking loved her. Like, and I know her name is like Michelle.
They did say Watson, though, didn't they?
It's Michelle Jones Watson.
Yeah,
MJ.
That was a bit of a.
It didn't have to be Mary Jane. Do you know what I mean? She still has MJ. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that was very on the nose as well. I wasn't too bothered with that really.
Oh, very Joseph Gordon-Levitt Batman Dark Knight.
Yeah,
the whole Robin thing. Yeah.
That was just fucking retarded. But anyway, we're not talking about that.
No, but that's what I'm saying is like I understand what you mean.
Oh,
It's just like, you know what I mean, like when they patch the name on, like, you know. But I think it works for her because, you know what I mean, she kind of just, you know, I mean, you didn't have.
That's your typical girl, like.
Yeah,
You
but you
know,
didn't have to call her Mary Jane. Do you know what I mean? Like she's MJ. She's like Tom Holland's version. Do you know what I mean? So it works. But
so
I love that there was go on.
From a very excited head, what would you give it out of 10?
Oh man, I mean, like, what am I going off of? Just what I saw today.
Just overall.
Oh man, 10 out of 10 fucking experience for me, man.
Give me yours as well.
Yeah, I like. I mean, look, I don't know. Will I feel different in a week or two when I really kind of digest it and stuff? I don't think I will.
I still love it.
Now I will say one thing.
Go on.
I'm so glad I went to the cinema to watch this because I think I would have enjoyed it, but I don't think I would have had the mind-blowing experience I had if I watched this at home.
Was your screening kind of full, or had you many people in there?
You know, I was nice and comfortable. It was well socially distanced as well, and that was the thing I was worried about because I hadn't been to the cinema. Jesus Christ! Like, you know, I think this is my first time back since the pandemic.
What I loved about when I saw it was really, really busy, but just the atmosphere was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, no, there was a great atmosphere where I was today, but it was, you know, it wasn't jammed. Do you know what I mean? I think it was about 100 people in general, but they were all spaced out. Everyone was spaced away from each other, which I did like. It was comfortable because, you know, I didn't, you know, because I was kind of angry. I won't lie to you, I was kind of anxious about going in today. I was kind of going, oh my God, you know, I haven't been there in, you know, 11 out of 10. I love it. But so I was kind of a bit anxious about it. But no, I was at the very back, dude. I had my lounge chair and I was relaxed and I just fucking took it all in. I took every ounce of it in. I fucking loved it.
So yeah, anyone who wasn't here, you can come back now. You can come back. We're not going to talk about this anymore. We've done as much as we can on it, really, haven't we?
Man, yeah, but you know what's going to happen now, don't you? Because I've spent 2 weeks not like looking at any reports, any fucking
everything now.
everything. I am going to go down the fucking rabbit hole now, watching shit on this fucking movie. Like, do you know what I mean? YouTube fucking playlists for me, not but Spider-Man No Way Home stuff. Like,
yeah, we've got more Durkas here. Paddy, boys, shift me.
Fucking come here.
Jonathan's the same kind of streaming or sailing for my next viewers. Yeah, I got him, Connor. I got that bot. But have they said when it's due out? Because I see they're like the pre-orders up for digital and Blu-ray already. Like, I don't know, to be honest.
So what's this? I'd assume it's around March or something, is it?
Like Eternals is this month, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the 12th, I
think. Connor said cinema I was in was jam-packed. I'll get in as soon as I can. Pirate flag. I wonder what that pirate flag means. I don't know. So there was other stuff. Did we talk about the Hawkeye finale last week? Before Christmas, I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. The Book of Boba
Well, I mean,
Fett.
no, I don't know if... Okay, I did. I watched it. I did watch it.
Okay, so we're going to go quick. There isn't really many spoilers, really, in this episode. It was very much set up. But we will be talking about the full episode, so...
I had to watch it twice.
Really? Why?
Because I fell asleep.
Yeah.
No, don't get me wrong. I loved sections of it. I wasn't blown away like I was with like Mandalorian.
But yeah, you say that now, but...
No, I say that now until I'm like...
The first episode of Mandalorian was very slow as well.
Yeah, it was, yeah. So that's what I'm saying, is I give that 2-3 more episodes, I'll probably be like, oh my God, I was so wrong. And I'm not even shitting on it or anything. I'm not shitting on it at all. It's like I loved. Like I'm trying not to talk about it in case anyone hasn't seen it. But
we're going to be talking spoilers about it anyway.
Yeah, all right. So I'm just going to throw it out the window. So spoilers, people.
Jonathan, straight out there, I 100% agree with you. Boba was good, but that fight scene was utter shite. Yeah, the whole swinging down like an 8-year-old man.
See, that's what I mean. There's certain bits of it where I was kind of going like. I loved. No, but it was kind of like it was kind of like one thing to fucking like unless they explain it in more detail in another episode. like you saw him get out of the Scarlet Pit. That's explained. You see how he does it, and it looked pretty cool. But then all the Jawas show up, and then they just like start stealing his shit. And then all of a sudden, it was the fucking Sand People take him, and then he has the fight with them or whatever the fuck else happens. And then, you see him, he's back in his armor with his helmet. I was kind of going, he looks like he's wearing different armor because his armor got stolen, but he has his helmet's perfectly fucking placed the way it was before it was stolen. Where did he get the fucking helmet?
Which part was that now?
But Joe, when he has his helmet, like you don't see him get the helmet back. He just has it.
Was that still in the past, like?
Maybe I don't know. Maybe I could have fucking.
When it went back, it was gone into the future. He never had his helmet in the like when it got stolen off him by the Jawas. He never had it in the flashbacks after that.
Okay, so maybe that's where I fucking got lost in my own head. Every time I saw him with it on, I was like, how the fuck did he get the thing back?
The last thing that happened in the flashback was he choked out that big fucking monster thing, and then
he
brought it back to the Tusken Raider place.
And that monster thing looked kind of cool, but it looked kind of ganky as well.
It was a tribute to Harryhausen monsters, I think.
Yeah. But it I don't know.
I thought it was class.
No, it looked really cool, but then there was like certain
giant worm anyway.
But there was certain fucking sections where it's nitpicky stuff, but it looked very janky animation wise. Just CGI wise, it was a bit off. But then again, you look at it as well as in Mandalorian, man. Like one of the greatest fucking scenes in TV I've seen in years with the whole Luke Skywalker fucking scene. And some of that fucking CGI looked janky as well. Sometimes it doesn't matter. It's just fucking, if you're entertained, you're entertained. But I think I'll need another episode or two to really sink my teeth into this.
Jonathan said, I think the director has way less control over this series than he did with the single episode, as the fight scenes in Mando season 2 episode was brutal in a great way.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
The ones where the Razor Crest gets blown up, that was when he directed that as well. But I think like maybe this just needs to find its feet as well.
Yeah, I think it's one episode and it was only 30-something minutes long. It wasn't even a fucking super crazy long episode. So maybe, as I said, maybe 2 or 3 more in and you're kind of like, you'll be well invested.
But for me, so far, I'm not, when Wednesday comes, I won't be watching it at 8 o'clock in the morning, rushing to watch it. But
yeah, like I was with Hawkeye and where I was with Loki and Mandalorian and stuff. I wasn't with this either. I think it took me 3 days to watch this.
You're always slow to watch stuff anyway.
Normally I get on. Jesus Christ. Brian should be giving me my list on Monday morning for what I need for Sunday.
Yeah, the Sand Monster didn't look like a Star Wars creature, but I think it was a nod to the Kraken and Return of Titans. Yeah, Clash of the Titans.
Yeah.
But what is a Star Wars creature? A Star Wars creature can be anything. I think this is my problem with Star Wars at the moment. Is why the fuck is everything on Tatooine? There is a massive galaxy out there. Go explore the fucking thing.
Because it's
I know
what
it's
people.
Boba Fett. I know it's Boba Fett.
You gotta. Yeah, but look, this is what I mean. It's started on Tatooine. No, he's actually fucking. It's all gonna be on Tatooine, isn't it?
Probably.
Yeah, because he's running Jabba's palace now.
Obi-Wan is going to be all on Tatooine as well. Andor is probably going to be on some desert planet as well. But yeah.
Yeah, but I think. Do you think that they're doing it because that's where they're kind of trying to go oh, that's where the nostalgia is? People remember these things. And I think, do you think they're afraid to kind of move in and cover new ground? Which I think they shouldn't, because isn't this the whole point of these shows?
Because of what happened with
it's nice to bridge them all together and fill in the blanks with these stories. So you have an entire roadmap to go oh, that's how this happened, blah, 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 blah. There's a generational thing of story, a massive story.
You can see, though, with the movies getting announced and cancelled, how afraid they are to fucking go forward with anything with the Star Wars fans, because what they did with the last few movies.
It's not even that. Look, and I'm probably going to get killed for saying this. There is 2 sides of that coin. There's Kathleen Kennedy, which is the worst. But then on the other side of that coin, Star Wars fans are the fucking worst.
Toxic fandoms, as Paddy, I'm sure, will say in a minute.
Yeah, Paddy will definitely jump in on that. Fandom in general are just ridiculous at times when it comes to this stuff. You know what I mean? And it does become really shit. I'm not saying everything's fucking good and you're not allowed to have an opinion, but some people just like to see their toys destroyed. You know? They do. They just for no rhyme or reason. Like
Connor says, I like the fight scenes that show Boba taking a shock and then fighting on. Now that I loved when he absolutely melted that guy up on the wall.
Yeah. But that's what I mean. Is there was a lot of like really good fucking moments in the episode, but there was also some like fucking. Excuse me. There was also ones where I was fucking. I was literally dozing off watching as well because I was tired, so I had to watch it twice. But
why did Star Wars shows have short run times compared to the MCU shows? Well, WandaVision was very short as well. And
but it was really good.
But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Moon Tour, Brian.
But then again, that's opinion based as well because I know a lot of people that didn't like Wanda. Do you know what I mean?
Everything isn't for everyone anyway. So.
Oh, Penny.
Penny says,
I hope those words are uttered in the Obi-Wan show.
It gets everywhere.
Fight me in Tatooine. I don't like sand.
But then again, they can't give away everything in the first episode. So
yeah, I agree with that. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's like what do you want? Do you want him to like fly in a jetpack and start shooting up the place and then like just like it's that's the difference with a film and a show, right? In a movie you're kind of going all in on it, but in a TV show you got to spread that shit out. So maybe you get a gun next week and a jetpack the week after.
There are other sand planets, Dantooine, for example. Fucking, it was in whatchamacallit, wasn't it? Oh, the Old Republic game that I love that I can't remember.
Dude, fuck the sand planets. I want to fucking see places like Hoth.
Is anyone going to
expand on that shit, man? Bring me to some fucking Star Wars snow places.
A hairy banta is for living in a desert. Always bugged me. Yeah, but Connor, it has like long hair, so it doesn't burn its skin. And if it's really, really hot, you can hide yourself under the long hair. It's perfect. What are you talking about?
Oh man.
Oh.
Fighting the Star Wars opinion is like fighting a religious fucking like thing, isn't it?
What?
I said fighting someone on a Star Wars opinion is like trying to have a conversation about religion.
No, let's not go there.
Oh, but that's what it's like, though, man.
Sleepy tubs.
You're half Jewish. No, you're not. Stab yourself. Boom.
Most Star Wars fans like The Force Awakens. It wasn't until garbage that was The Last Jedi. Yeah, I'm going to agree.
But again, Jonathan, I know people that love would flip the coin on that one and actually enjoyed The Last Jedi. I don't know many people that like The Rise of Skywalker, though. I think there's a universal like hatred for that film. I think. I don't know. Maybe.
Rise of Skywalker's terrible. Likes The Force Awakens at the time. But Brian, he used every weapon he had in that Mando season 2 episode, but now he forgets to use those weapons. But he's trying to be a peaceful person now. That's why.
Yeah, he doesn't. He wants to rule a different way. But I think he should just. I agree. I think Boba Fett. Was it?
When Ray shouted at Finn to stop taking my hand, I had a bad feeling about The Force Awakens. Connor, have you heard of camels? They are not all hairy, though. And they burn for that.
They all have nipples, though.
And humps. Let people what they love, for fuck's sake. Okay. So, yeah, episode 2 will be out on Wednesday. I'm sure we'll know a bit more by then. If not, we weren't.
Yeah, I'll probably watch it Friday.
So, Tubbs, have you seen Cobra Kai?
No, I've never seen an episode. You keep telling me to watch it, and I keep telling you I will, but I never do.
So, like, have you watched The Karate Kid?
Oh yeah, I've seen the Karate Kid movies, and I've seen like the trailers for Cobra Kai, but I've just never committed to watching them.
Like, did you like the Karate Kid?
Yeah, I mean, I'm like most people. I feel.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. I like most people. Believe that like Daniel Russo was like the biggest bully in Hollywood history.
Well, you will love this show then because it paints him as a villain.
I was told that this show is like the show that Barney Stinson wrote. Because there was a running joke in How I Met Your Mother that like he would always say that like fucking Daniel Russo was the villain of that movie. And this show is kind of marrying that entire kind of conversation. So I think that's pretty fun. Cool. I will get to it.
Daughter's a fucking plastic in it. I'm sorry.
Dude, I'm the guy that like for 7 years never watched an episode of Game of Thrones, and then decided one night to watch it and binge watch it. So I will binge watch it
because it's very short. And
yeah, you were saying it's only like 20-something minute episodes, isn't it?
It's barely 30 minutes most episodes.
Yeah.
And like it's funny as fuck at the start because it's a total fella like Johnny Lawrence.
But what's the like? How many episodes per season?
10.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Like I did season 4 in one sitting the other day. I think I just went to go to the shop once, maybe, but I'm not going to spoil it because obviously nobody else has. Let's go through the comments before I go any further. Actually,
yeah.
Oh, look, another bot. Hey, you get fucked.
Oh, there's bots in our chats now, is there?
Yeah, block
fucking
user.
assholes.
I need to get you guys to be my mods or something like all the big streams do. Jonathan says Cobra Kai season 4 is awesome. It's mental how the show keeps getting better, and I love that it's just getting better because they keep bringing back people from the past, which is absolutely
nostalgia,
awesome.
baby.
Did you see the third and second and third or Karate Kid movies?
I love the first one. The second one, was that the one where he went?
The second one he goes to Japan.
Yeah. That one kind of sucked balls.
The third one, then I actually saw it the other day for the first time ever.
The third one.
The third one is where he comes back and Cobra Kai is back.
Now that's not ringing no fucking bells for me. Have I not seen the third one?
So the third one is like
Is it Daniel LaRusso again?
Yeah.
Huh.
I watched it yesterday. I was at home, had the house to myself yesterday, so I watched Karate Kid 2 and 3, one after the others. Patty said, which one was?
I mean, I remember too. I remember the whole like Joe just saving the village from the storm and all that crack. And
yeah, that's excellent. I thought that was really good.
But yeah, the third one's not ringing any bells for me, man.
Connor says I've seen none of Cobra Kai yet. Patty says
yeah, me too.
Cobra Kai is erection worthy. A show about kids, come on.
I reckon I'm gonna have to watch this though, because I mean,
which was the one about the girl? That was the next Karate Kid. Yeah, you got it. That's the fourth, and then there was the one that we don't speak of that will.
There's a fourth Karate Kid.
Yeah, Hilary Swank is in the fourth one.
What?
She's the girl in it. Yeah, she's Miyagi's next student.
Oh yeah, I mean, maybe I see a trailer for it or something, but I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah,
and I know they did like a reboot with like Will Smith's kid or some shit.
Will Smith actually still has bought the rights to do that.
He hasn't.
He bought the rights to make that movie. Like,
did he?
It says now on Cobra Kai, produced by Will Smith.
So he owns the rights.
Paddy says, "How did you not watch the girl one, Tubbs?" It was Brie Larson. No, it wasn't. It was Hilary Swank.
Brie Larson. I mean, is it Brie Larson getting kicked in the forehead for fucking an hour and a half? I'm like, oh, I'll in on that shit. Like, but no, I don't think I've ever seen it.
Well,
genuinely,
it's really, really cool.
I didn't even know there was 4 fucking Karate Kid movies. Genuinely didn't know that.
Like, it's mad to keep bringing back the guys that were in it years ago, and they still look the same and they still act the same. I know they're the same person before anyone makes that joke, but Terry Silver comes back in season.
They did the same thing with Saved by the Belcher. They did this like Saved by the Bell reboot, and
it's terrible.
Now they brought the entire cast back, minus Dustin Diamond, obviously, but yeah, they all look like weird and old. No, Kelly kicks it. Kick her in the fanny, Kelly.
But just even if you were to watch Tree basically, you know, Kreese, the guy that's the trainer in the first movie.
Did you say the priest?
John Karate Kid 1.
Yeah.
The trainer, John Kreese.
Now it makes so much more sense to why Daniel is such a fucking asshole. Like, priest fucked him up, right?
Oh, I'm just gonna quit. So basically, like a rich guy comes back in the third film and starts up Cobra Kai again.
Is that fucking asshole dude with the kind of fucking weird hair, like the fucking
with the ponytail?
Oh yeah.
That's the third movie.
Oh, okay, maybe I have seen it.
You have seen it, I'd say. Terry Silver.
I'll check out a trailer later.
Don't bother, just watch Cobra Kai, and then you can go back.
No,
and
I
watch
can't
it.
place it in my fucking head, but yeah, the guy with the ponytail now actually like sounds familiar.
So what else have we got here? Did you watch The Matrix yet?
I got the first 20 minutes of it in and fell asleep.
I actually got further than you.
You got further than me. Now it probably was. Now it wasn't because I wasn't enjoying it. I was just really fucking tired. I mean, that's been my biggest problem over the last 2 weeks. Is I'm fucking like working on my laptop or I'm doing other fucking stuff. I'm like fucking, you know, or I'm playing some games or whatever, and I'm putting on a movie at like 11:30, 12 o'clock when I'm already kind of like gone.
I'm not going to spoil The Matrix because
no, I will watch it. I will watch it like regardless, you know.
I'm probably underqualified to talk about it as well because I could only make it an hour and 20 minutes into it before I turned it off because it's
well maybe what we need to do so is we both need to watch it in full and give our full opinion.
Never watching it again. Never.
Well, what I'll do is I'll watch it this week, and if you want, I'll give a brief rundown next week.
Never.
Yeah. He's just telling me he's not going to watch it.
No,
I mean I will. I mean, as I said to you last week, I will sit down. I will watch it. I will give it a go. Because I love the Matrix movies, but even though fucking
don't watch it if you love them.
No, but I was looking forward to seeing it anyway. But so I will watch it.
So like from what I've seen,
I'm not expecting to be blown away or anything by it.
What I saw about like we all love The Force Awakens, right? It's a rehash, a retread of A New Hope. The new Matrix movie is a retrace and a rehash of the first one. But,
okay.
But it treats you as if you were a complete and utter imbecile and replaces the main actors outside of Keanu and Trinity, replaces the main actors with their deals alternatives who are absolutely shockingly bad. The guy that has replaced, what's his name? The guy who replaced...
Okay, so I think there's a trend here, right? So all these characters are being changed.
No, not that way.
Okay, but maybe I don't know.
They're still like the black dude that replaces Morpheus is terrible. The guy that replaces Agent Smith. Oh my God!
Okay, can I ask you a question? Is he actually Agent Smith?
Say again.
Is he actually Agent Smith, or is he just an agent?
He's Agent Smith, that guy. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. See, I thought it was like I thought he was a different agent. I genuinely thought the young Morpheus was kind of like was because what I read an article before this movie came out. Apparently, it said that like he was purposely designed to look different because of the story. So I was like, all right, that sounds okay.
I didn't get far enough into it to care.
Yeah.
But like the guy that replaced,
I have to watch it.
The guy that replaced Keanu Reeves was like an older, less talented version of himself. He was terrible in it as well.
No, I will. I give it a watch at some point.
I'm sure there is some philosophical way of looking at it that makes it better or whatever. But I'm sorry, I'm not interested.
Yeah, but you know, but one thing, and I don't know if this is because I've gotten older, but I find when films take themselves like ridiculously too serious, they tend to like just come off as being, you know, pretentious and fucking, you know, like up their own arse. So maybe all the changes to the directional team maybe made this fucking film woke as all balls.
No, it's not woke at all. I wouldn't say that.
Okay, yeah, maybe. I don't know.
That term as well. It's a stupid term the internet made up.
A woke?
I'm not going to watch it. Wasn't a fan of the original.
But this is the fucked up thing about that term. People call themselves woke and they're so fucking asleep and fucking in their own brains. It's ridiculous. It's like the opposite word. It's like the word doesn't even suit what it's saying.
Skipping Matrix
4 myself, zero fucking interest.
Yeah, Paddy, it's a more critical analysis of the first movie for fair. I think as a filmmaker's dissection of their own movie, it really was interesting. Yeah, maybe. It just wasn't for me anyway. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Spoder. Hey there, lads. How's it going? Spoderman, how are you, my friend? You just missed our big discussion about Spider-Man.
Spoder.
Did you see the interview on the director on the red carpet as to why she made the movie? Holy shit, drugs are really fucking bad, kids. Don't do drugs.
Yeah. See, I told you, man. It was like this. It's the change in mindset changed the fucking process of the movie. I'm assuming, or the direction they went with it.
So the last movie I have here is Ghostbusters Afterlife. Did you see it, Tubbs, yet?
I'm not gonna lie. I lied to you when I said I was gonna watch it, and I didn't watch it yet. I ended up watching South Park Post Pandemic Part 2.
That was fucking amazing as well.
It really fucking was. Watching the characters older, like really older.
It was so weird.
It's so fucking strange. Like Cartman's character is completely fucking batshit. But the way it ended, without spoiling it for anyone, I won't even say what it is. But it's just
put him back where he was.
Like one character is an asshole all the time, and then he decides to be a fucking douchebag for selfish reasons. Then becomes a good character and helps, and ends up fucking. Oh, that's fucking mad. You gotta watch it. It's called Post Pandemic. There's 2 parts. It's fucking. But I promise, Brian. I promise I will watch Ghostbusters this week, and I will fucking.
Cartman, holy fuck.
Oh yeah. All Cartman, holy fuck, man! It was
awesome. Anyway, that's all.
Like I mean, if you like South Park in any way, it's well worth the fucking watch. Like, you know, because in this whole story arc, it's like the pandemic went on for like 40 years, and then something happens, and they end up in a massive new lockdown after 40 years, and it's kind of like the shit goes south. So,
what I do want to say about Ghostbusters, though, it was like. I keep coming back to The Force Awakens. It was another retread, but it was done well. A lot better. Yeah. I really feel this needs to go somewhere else now if they make another one, because they've done their retread now, and give us a sequel now and show us something different. Because if you watch the first Ghostbusters movie, you'll have seen a lot of the elements in this as well. But it does pull at the heartstrings and stuff, and it's fun. It's really. I felt it went really quick as well.
And I like movies that pull at the heartstrings. Like, as I said, this is why Spider-Man fucking hit me on all levels to them, and was because it fucking took me on a roller coaster. I mean, it played with the emotions throughout the entire movie. So if Ghostbusters, and I love the original Ghostbusters. Can I ask you a question though? Does it tie into the first 2 directly, and kind of skip over the 2016 one?
The one doesn't exist.
Yeah, true.
Because I'm not saying anything because
no. I was wondering, did they even acknowledge it in this movie? I'm delighted that this is a complete, like, just 2, 3, or was it 1, 2, and 3?
Mick, yes, exactly. New bloody stories, but they can do it at the same time.
That is the hope, though, isn't it? That's the hope that they will start making new stories for us and new generations going forward, because everything seems to be rebooted and nostalgia pops and.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jonathan. It was a great movie, but it's not the best thing ever. A lot of people are, it's the best.
I mean, I haven't seen it, but I've heard mixed.
It's not the best movie of the year, no way, in my opinion.
But it's a good installment, right?
The humor is incredible. Saw it twice. Saw it for the second time in cinema, and they loved it. Knew nothing of the old movies. It made them want to watch Ghostbusters 1. Yeah, well, that's totally different.
There's a film right there, Brian. Right? I'll just say it. Even going off Paddy's comment is. His kids knew nothing about the original movies, but that's what movies are, right?
Not.
No, but I mean, it's like, but Paddy now is after making like a memory with his kids watching the new one.
Yeah, exactly. That's
that's what it is, man. That's all. This is what the whole fucking movie cinema experience is about. Like, I mean, I even said the same thing with my daughter today. Like, that's one thing. Like, myself and my daughter are always going to fucking talk about now. Is like, Jesus Christ! Remember the time we watched Spider-Man No Way Home? Like, how we felt, because we were both fucking. She was bawling, crying. She was fucking ecstatic. She was loving it, and it was brilliant for me to see her go through that, because I grew up with the Tobey Maguire ones and the Andrew Garfields, and she only caught on to those because I made her watch like all 5 of them.
Strapped her to the chair. Watch them.
Yeah, over the last. No, it wasn't even like, you know. She says, "Oh, I'll watch them." So, and she was glued to them, and she fell in love with Andrew Garfield's character. So when he came back, she lost her fucking mind. So I was kind of go there today, going, "That's what it's all about, man." It's just, you know.
Connor said Ghostbusters hasn't popped up in my local Extra Vision yet. Connor, I'll give you directions to my shop later and show you where it popped up. It could be the best oh my god thing to someone, though. It depends on the person. It's all subjective. I love
It is,
Afterlife for reasons I can't post here, but I don't.
I say that every single
expect
week, man. It's all
either.
opinion based. It's all subjective, you know.
Paddy, I totally agree with you. I did love it, but I'm just saying, like, as much as I love it, I want to see it go somewhere different now in the follow up if that happened. It's on the dodgy box apparently, Connor. No, not on my dodgy box. Jonathan, director of the 2016 movie, crying on Twitter about his movie not being included in the upcoming box.
And just to throw it out there, right?
Yeah, go away and make another Bridesmaids for fuck's sake.
But it's not a dodgy box, Brian. If it works so well that you can get your shit every time.
I'm saying nothing. No pirates here. This ain't. See.
Hey, buddy. I buy as much as I pirate. That's what I'd say.
Well, same here. Oh man, that gave me joy, Jonathan. Yeah, I will always go to see something in the cinema. I rather watch things first in the cinema. And
I mean, and I did say that I won't lie. Like I remember even turning around to Lisa and Grace today, and I just like I actually missed the cinema experience.
Yeah, I love the cinema. Like
there's not beats, like genuinely not in beats going into a fucking cinema hall and just disappearing into a fucking movie for 2 hours. Like, you know what I mean? That's the experience you don't get at home watching, you know, these movies, you know.
I know you didn't watch this next thing I'm going to talk about, Tubbs, before we finish up.
Witcher?
But, Witcher season 2.
I'm on the second episode of season 2.
Oh, okay. So you are starting it. So
I have started it. Yeah, it's just been a very long, and it's not because it's not good. It's just like every time I go to watch it, I'm like, you know, I'm watching something else, or I'm trying to catch up with something different. Or, but no, this week now, like I've gotten Spider-Man out of the way now, and so I think it's 2 movies and a show this week, and I would have to be The Witcher, Matrix, and Ghostbusters. Yeah. Actually, even just Ghostbusters. But I did see a trailer today in the cinema. God, I can't remember the fucking name of the movie.
Kingsman?
It's Gil. Fucking Jesus Christ, my brain melted. It's Del Toro's new fucking movie.
Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah. Midnight.
Yeah, it's the one with.
It's got the cast is amazing for it.
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about.
It's a huge cast. I can't remember, folks. So it's pointless me even fucking continuing to talk about this because I can't fucking remember the name of the movie. But it was really fucking good. It looked
has up there, Nightmare Alley.
Nightmare Alley. There you go.
Yeah,
fucking hell.
That's that one.
Looked fucking unbelievable. Genuinely fucking piqued my interest when I watched the trailer. Today, genuinely.
Spoder. That collection in the background is seriously impressive. I'll just show you.
Oh yeah, man, fucking. He. I mean, I can't complain, buddy. Do you know what I mean? It's fucking unreal. Like collecting it years, like.
But you're just in your sitting room. You've got a massive collection room upstairs, right?
Oh man, but you saw by my fucking my show and tell today. My collecting is very. But my collecting's very fucking kind of different to Brian's. Mine is like I'm very. Do you know what I mean? I bounce into like books one week and then I'm in fucking Blu-rays the next, or I'm making fucking. You know, I'm getting action figures of myself. You know, which this fucker right here is unreal. Look at it. Look at it up close. Wow. Well, there you go. No.
I'll fight you.
I'll fight you in your face, kid. I'll fight you in your face. But yeah. So I mean.
Paddy said, I love the cinema. Seeing Afterlife with the Lulu cast crew was phenomenal. You were missed. And would you believe it, Paddy? My shoulder is still not fully right. It's getting there, though.
And my mental health is still kind of like, I'm still crazy.
Well, mental health is always iffy, like, but.
Yeah, I mean, that was always the case.
The voices only matter if you listen to them, like, you know.
Yeah. And I do, sometimes I do, a lot more in the pandemic, though.
Maybe you shouldn't listen to those guys.
Sometimes they take me down rabbit holes that I enjoy.
Jonathan says, Paddy, I'd love to know how many people use the download code for his movie compared to the amount of box sets sold. Code Sony stuck in at the last minute to shut that tool up. Probably just Rebel Wilson. Oh, Rebel Wilson. And what's that other one? That other fucking fart machine? I can't think of her name. Melissa.
Oh, Melissa fucking McCarthy.
Melissa McCarthy. Well, like, go away. She's got X-Pac heat, that one. Tubbs should know what that means. I spent Spider-Man moaning about my knee and then my back. Cinema is not the same experience as I get older. Well, Connor, I spent the whole of Eternals moaning about my neck and my shoulder. So, and the movie wasn't.
And just to go back to your Xbox, Heat, he's actually been cleared for in-ring return, buddy.
Don't even go there. Bradley Cooper looking like a young Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Spoder is talking about your cushions, Tubbs.
My cushions, I love them, Spoder. They're fucking delightful.
Tubbs, what's the best Evil Dead film and why is it the remake?
Oh man, fucking Evil Dead remake is fucking... Now, I will say one thing though, Paddy. Is it a fucking remake or is it just a fucking, like is it a completely a remake of the original movie? I don't think so. I think it is a rebooted sequel, if I was to say. But yeah, I fucking loved it. Like I love the Evil Dead movies. Like 1 and 2 are fucking fantastic. Army of the Dead is just fucking hilarious. But yeah, I fucking have a fond love for the remake of the Evil Dead.
Don't say that, Paddy. He says my shoulder's still fucked 3 years later. I feel you. And Tubbs get medication is helping me massively.
Fuck that shit. I won't medicate my madness, right? My madness needs to be heard by the world, and then I can go fucking tipping cows and fucking goats. It's all good, pets.
Spoder said nothing will beat the cinema experience. With No Way Home, Irish audiences don't usually react, but they actually did when Andrew and Toby came on screen. Yeah, like I think it was Endgame, Infinity War, and Spider-Man. The audiences were fucking fantastic.
Yeah,
I will never forget the moment Captain America got the Mjolnir in game. The whole cinema was like,
I will never forget
the
moment
a collective fucking
of being Tony Stark in Infinity War, and that one fucking cut me to my core. Like.
Melissa McCarthy sounds like she could live down the road from you, Tom. Yeah.
I know a few of them there, kid.
Spoder, yeah, 100%. I was pleasantly surprised at the crowd's reaction during the movie. McCarthy's movies always make money for the most part. Her hubby produces them and always comes in under budget. Plus tax offshite equals profits. She ain't going anywhere. Well, she ain't going to my TV, that's for sure. She's going in the hole I've dug out for her in Western Enchanter. Oh, lads, it's been fun. I think like we more or less covered everything. I did want to talk about like what your thoughts are on the future of the MCU. We've got the Doctor Strange trailer that was shown at the end of Spider-Man. And I don't know if I should talk about this, but I heard some fucking batshit crazy rumors for the Multiverse of Madness. Now, I suppose they're not spoilers if they're rumors, right? Or should I not?
I mean, everything you hear on the internet can be 50-50, like, do you know what I mean? It's either it actually does happen or it doesn't.
Yeah, so I'm just going to drop some names in, will I? So let me know in the comments before I say anything. Should I drop some speculation or not?
I mean, like I heard one rumor that like fucking Strange like bangs Wanda, and they have like ginger babies with like tashes. So that's what I heard.
I only need one. So Jonathan said
ginger tash porn star babies.
So Nick said Jonathan Redmond, you and Paddy are the Alexis and Jamie of the Transformers show. Connor said, do it. Okay, guys, you might regret when all of these turn up in a couple of months in this movie. So what I've heard,
watch it.
Yeah, like I heard 6 months before Far From Home or whatever it's called, No Way Home, I heard a lot of things, and I had forgotten them by the time I got to see the movie. And then after the movie, I was like, oh wait, some of that was right. But yeah. So basically, Mordo in Strange is a good guy, not a bad guy. The guy with the long hair we see in the trailer is a variant of Mordo, and him and a few others are like guardians of the multiverse. Doctor Strange gets arrested by Ultron bots. And a Tom Cruise Tony Stark.
Oh my god, it actually happens.
Members from the Fantastic Four supposed to be coming in.
From the originals, like.
Yeah, the original Mr. Fantastic and Chris Evans. As the
Chris Evans is going to be playing Johnny Stark.
Hugh Jackman. Professor X.
Really?
No, and I'm going to stop there because if all those are true, like that, yeah, that's what I've heard. And I've even seen some previs from the movie that's floating around on Twitter, and that has some fucking definite spoilery stuff that is more than likely true. So I'm not mentioning those. I just read, like Paddy said there wasn't Hugh Jackman rumored to be on set. He was, and he what's his name? Patrick Stewart already admitted to meeting Kevin Feige about a year ago. So Michael Casey, all rumors. Mike Casey, welcome to the chat.
Mikey's very late on these chats these days, aren't you, Mikey Casey, with your shaved head, buddy?
And it would stick, to be fair. Where the hell did you hear this? All this is on the internet.
I've just figured it out.
Pretty easy find. And the last thing I will say about
Hooter and Mikey Casey are the same fucking person.
What? The last thing I'll say about it, though, is the bit in the trailer where Doctor Strange asks for Wanda's help is a misdirect. She is the fucking villain in this. For definite, what I've heard. And
can I ask you a question? From seeing the end of Spider-Man, and he closes it all up and everything else, right? How do you think it's going to lead into this? Do you think when he fucking goes back, he figures out that, like, oh my god, I'm after fucking this thing up way worse than I thought. Like this is there's actually a lot more fucking shit happening here. Like, but how do you think he ends up within the madness?
I think it's to do with her.
What do you think that she opens it up?
America Chavez is in this movie as well. The girl with the denim top. She's like in the comics. She can travel and she traverses the multiverse. That's her thing. Like,
or so yeah. Be interesting. I mean, I do.
She can be the doorway to all this stuff as well.
Because you saw it massively in the.
He says, "I'm in the movie." Excellent.
But you
which
you did see it, like, even in Spider-Man No Way Home trailer, like the.
Hard agree, Brian.
With Doctor Strange, when he said there's more coming through, I can't stop them. Like, we thought that's how Toby and Andrew were gonna end up showing up.
But that's what he said at the very end, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it ended up being a misdirect. Do you know what I mean? In the trailer. Yeah, I think, like, I mean, because there's like, what if evil Doctor Strange is in this trailer as well? Like,
he is.
So, like, I mean, I wondered to myself, like, did he like fuck up the multiverse when he was like fixing the spells?
I think though it's going to her that she gets. I'm not saying anymore because I've heard loads.
Yeah, okay.
But it's supposed to be about 3 hours long as well.
Now, I did see a picture online the other night. I don't know if this could be massively spoilery, but or if it's fake as fuck, I don't know. But it is. Do you know that scene where Wanda's hanging up the washing, or she's doing something with the tree, and then you?
That's fake. That's totally fake. I know the one you're on about.
Which one is that?
I could Photoshop that, the fucking Michael Fassbender one.
Okay, yeah. I was wondering. I only saw a glimpse of it. I was kind of going, because I was still dodging fucking Spider-Man stuff left, right, and center. So I only got a glimpse of it. I was kind of going, "What the fuck is that?" And I kind of like spun past it.
Spotter says, "I think it's safe to say Bruce Campbell is 1000% in this, whether it's a cameo or a bigger role." Yeah, he always cameos in Raimi's stuff anyway, so he'll definitely be in there somewhere. John says, "It's insane how he gets so much fucking wrong. His fans continue to defend his ass." Now, I'm not saying any of this is true anyway. I just telling you what some of the stuff I saw was, and if anyone wants to see some of the pictures I have or I found, I'll message you afterwards. But
yeah, do throw them onto me.
Pretty spoilery stuff, and yeah, so we leave it there for this week. I know we didn't talk action figures a lot this week, but that's because like there was so much to get at Christmas. And
well, to be fair, that was because Tubbs finally fucking saw Spider-Man and we rambled.
Yeah, we had to talk about Spider-Man anyway because we didn't talk about it at all on the show.
But I'm glad we got to do it with these bunch of cats.
3 hours, 15 minutes. No, I meant around 3 hours, 2 hours, 50 minutes. So 250.
For which?
Is how long Strange is meant to be.
Okay, right. So it's just under the 3 hour mark.
Oh, I know, Jonathan, not you talking about Doomcock. Read the comments. Paddy said there's a Resident Evil guy called Dusk Golem. who makes crazy rumors, and again he throws so much shit at the wall. He gets 1 in 16 rumors right. Oh, before we go, a 5-minute segment. Have you seen the new Resident Evil, Tubbs?
Again, I have to watch it.
Okay. Paddy, what did you think of it? Just tell me in the comments before I say anything, because I know Paddy is the biggest Resident Evil fan on here. I watched it last week. I'm very interested. Greatest movie of 2021. Yeah, Spoiler, it's going to be class. Like if they've that much stuff to fit in, I can only. Honestly, it's like a fucking Italian horror movie from the 80s. I fucking loved it.
I can tell that Brian did not like it, and Paddy did.
No, I'm not saying that. Oh, Mikey's so ridiculous. I did like what they were trying to do with it, but I feel they tried to push too much into one. They made a movie out of 1 and 2. Now I know they kind of take place at the same time in the canon or close.
But didn't they add in like a villain from like one of the Revelations games, or I don't know. I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
They had Birkin in it, and from the second game, and they had Lisa Trevor from Resident Evil 0. Is it?
Yeah, I think that she was from one of the
I'm not great with canon on Resident Evil games.
Paddy, no, I can't remember the exact game she was in, but I know the character.
She was in 0 with Rebecca Chambers.
So they mixed a few around.
Yeah, so they made a movie out of Resident Evil 1 and 2, basically.
Well, let's look. All I'm going to say is, right.
Spoder said the actor choice for Leon and Jill were horrendous.
But look, this is all I'm going to say.
Jill wasn't as bad to me. I thought the guy that played Leon was very good, but I think they leaned way too hard on the rookie thing, and they almost made him look like a complete goofball.
Well, can I ask you a question about the guy that played Leon? Was he victorious? Paddy knows.
Lisa Trevor is from RE1 Remake. I haven't played that in years. Fucking hell, yeah, that's what she's from. So, Jonathan, didn't they blow a massive part of the budget on 2 sets, police station and somewhere else, mansion? I did love the zombies in it. I did love the dogs. I did love the liquor. I love that they did the kids thing as well. Tell me the word, Tubbs. Where do kids go to get adopted from?
Oh, the orphanage.
Orphanage, there we go.
Yeah.
But yeah, the orphanage and everything, that looked amazing. The trucker from Resident Evil 2 at the start, fantastic. It's the fucker off Victorious, no way.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. He plays back.
Yeah, like the guy from Umbrella
I have
Academy,
daughters, man, so I know this shit.
The guy from Umbrella Academy as Wesker, I didn't really like. Yeah, there's a lot of things. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't great either. And
but look, I will say one thing, Brian, right? One thing about entertainment in this world, if you don't like the new Resident Evil movie, you always got the classics with Mila Jovovich, right? So that you can always go back and watch them whenever you want.
They didn't blow a massive portion of any budget. They got the budget slashed from 25 mil from 40 when he said he wanted it R-rated. Also, Capcom and Sony forced him to compress the 2 movies into, for fuck's sake. Fucking studio interference bullshit.
Studio interference, fucks.
And yet they're doing this fucking Netflix thing as well, soon as well. Is that?
Yeah, but Netflix might be a bit different because they tend to give a bit more freedom to their shit.
Yeah, but it's about 2 twins or something, isn't it? It's about 2 twins at different timelines or some shit like that.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it just doesn't sound great. But yeah, Resident Evil is ever so fucked when it comes.
I think it's going to be one of those franchises that, like, you know what I mean? It's I don't know. Will they ever get it 100% right, or will they ever be allowed to create it the way that like fans would like to see it? I don't. Who knows? You know.
Like Petty, he said he fucking loved it and going to buy the Blu-ray. I hate the Paul Tommy. Yes, I hate those movies with a passion. They are fucking dog shit of the highest degree and dog shit of the lowest degree. And
Dude,
if I never see one of them, I would watch this again. Definitely. I would like to see what they would have done with the 2 movie and the bigger budget thing. But what they achieved is pretty good. It could have been better. but obviously a lot of things were going against him. But yeah, that's how it goes. I suppose sometimes.
Do you know what the
Look at
worst
how
thing
long
with the
it
Paul
took us
W.
to get
Sanderson
proper
ones is
comic movies.
every single person in the comments and every person here hates them but has seen them all.
Yeah,
Like,
because you're
it's the thing. Like I've said this to you 100 times. I know they're shit. Like I know watching them they're terrible, but for some
Gotta
reason
head out,
I
lads.
just fucking watch it.
Thanks very much, Spotter. You're a legend, man.
See you,
Thanks for
Spotter.
that one. We're here every Sunday at 9:30 as well. Paddy says I watched it in cinema again in London 4DX, which was a hell of an experience, getting shit spit in my face. Awesome. Cheers, lads. Enjoy the stream. It's fantastic. Always. Thanks, Connor. Legend. We're about to finish here.
Look, Connor.
You're not missing
Get
anything.
to bed, buddy.
That's me telling Tubbs to fuck off for the night. Yeah. So yeah, guys, that has been the stream. This has been the Culture Cast. As always, we're back Sundays next week, and this is just a once-off because I wanted to get that fresh, genuine.
He held off until I saw the movie. That's what he did. He's a good friend, that guy.
Thing from Tubbs, and I feel I got it. He didn't know what he was talking about for ages, and it was awesome.
It can.
This would be a great watch back, by the way, Tubbs, for you even. I think.
The which?
I said this would be a great watch back for you even.
Oh yeah, because man, like my brain was fucking like emotionally frazzled for the first hour.
Every day.
Yeah, that's what it's like to listen to me every day.
Yeah. Later, Spawn, nice meeting you. Seen them? Yes. Paid to see them? No, that's the question, Tubbs.
Mm-hmm.
I actually own a few of them. I did own a few of them on DVD at one point. Lads,
I'm not going to lie. I have all 6 of them. They're like,
when am I going to be able to cuddle you? I'm not infectious. I do antigen tests daily. Well, I'm going back
and
to
doing antigen tests daily is like a pretty crazy thing to do, Petty. Just take them when you need them, buddy.
When you have symptoms, buddy.
Yeah, but, don't do them every day because you fuck your brain up.
Great stream as always, folks. Great show, lads. Thanks,
man.
Lads,
it's been a good start to the new year, my friends.
Awesome. And that is us out. See you later, boys.
Does anyone want to see my balls before we go?